Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream tonight. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. I am your DM, Falcolmreynolds. And tonight we will be going to another plane of existence. We are back with our lovely party, the Riftwatchers, in their quest to shut down the legendary interplanar rift over Saintshaven. Let's go ahead and return to our players. Anybody want to guess what weird ass thing they're talking about this time? Because it's probably something bizarre. Also, hey chat, go ahead and throw me an accent in the chat. Pop one in there and oh crap. You know what I realized I didn't do? I didn't make any sort of announcement that I'm starting the stream at all. Didn't say anything. Didn't say anything at all. Hey Falcon, you wonder why no one knows when you're streaming? Because you don't tell anybody. Back in D&D. Boom. Okay. And then I'll throw a tweet because I'm stupid and I keep forgetting to do that. Come on, Falcon. Come join. And then drop my link, which takes 10 minutes to type. Because I picked a name that's longer than the character limit in most games. For usernames, which does suck. Swedish? Oh god. Do I know Swedish? I'll go with Finnish. Because that one I do know, for sure. I'm, well, for the most part. I'll manage it. Is there a way to increase the volume of my stream? Like my personal vocal volume, or just in general? Because in OBS, my personal volume is already up to max. And, it tends to be because I done shout into the microphone, which, unfortunately leads to a lot of horrible noises in the microphone that, I can't eliminate despite the fact that there's apparently a pop screen in the microphone. It just, you know, I have to put up with all the nasty, nasty noises that voices make. My stream is much quieter than others. I mean, there's a stream volume and then there's your computer volume. I don't know. I can also up the... Oh, good. I broke it. Hold on. No, there we go. Didn't break it. Can up this volume a little bit, too. Boom. Put that up at several percents. No, it's fine. I didn't break it. I just clicked on something and then I thought I broke it because it made like a image thing that wasn't right. Let me just go ahead and post that. We're good there, though. Alright, I think we're good there. So, let's go ahead and pop into bring my players. Hey, guys.
Greetings!
Alright. Can I just say the flannel plus supernatural shirt plus rough iron pendant is such a look? You know, Now that I think about it.
So I think we
It
left
is.
off, we were in the plane of Earth somewhere with dinosaurs.
No, you got out.
And we were all... Oh, we did?
Yeah, you got out.
What?
You broke it. It was funny because when the glass broke, the rock was still in a sphere. Now you have a rock sphere. That's fun.
Huh. So now I forgot that bit.
It rocked pretty hard.
Yeah, you're thinking of the one shot where we technically complete it. But yeah, back to Falc's thing.
No, I could have sworn the last thing I remember was dinosaurs, but okay.
The last thing that was memorable was dinosaurs.
Same.
Okay, no, yeah, but you guys got out. You went back. Broke it. You're good. Oh, you know what? I promised I was gonna start doing recaps, so I'm gonna go ahead and wing a recap. Let me try and exactly figure out how to do that. Okay, where we last left off, you guys had just, escaped from the plane of Earth after grabbing the source from the City of Dust, where a mysterious stranger had left you some sort of message regarding the history of the City of Dust, which you began to uncover when you were on the Plane of Smoke searching for the source there. The sources, of course, being the items that you need in order to destroy the legendary rift over Saintshaven, the very dangerous interplanar gateway that keeps dropping creatures from other areas of existence outside of the material plane onto the material plane, and altogether causing quite a lot of trouble. You guys...
And which
Yeah, are you interrupting me?
Temp has had some visions regarding
That's true.
some horrifying stuff
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
coming out of it.
Temp has, in the past, seen visions of very strange and very large, dangerous things appearing out of the rift. All in all, you guys, with the help of one Lorelei Riversong, I believe was her name? Lorelei Riversong? And her brother Justin, and a contingent of scientists hired by the both of them. I don't remember how this sentence started, so I don't know how to end it. I don't know if it was with, or if there was something previous to that.
Nailed it!
Damn it, I messed
With
it up.
the help of, I believe.
With the help of those people, you are attempting to disassemble the rift.
Disperse, I think would be a better
Look, you
word.
know, at some point I'll get this. This is the first try. This is the first time I've ever done a recap. Give me a break.
Alright.
Thank
So
you
where
for
are
all
we
the
now,
hosts.
Falcon?
You guys have emerged back onto the material plane. You've broken the plane of Earth source, causing the plane of Earth to become disconnected from the rift once more. And I'm assuming at this point that you can either pick up the story in the evening or in the morning of the next day, if you would like to.
Don't forget to let everyone know we lost Jessica again.
Oh, yep, you sure did lose Tiska. She got trapped on the plane of magma a while ago, and just when you thought you would get her back, she found something leading... She found a doorway leading to the infinite stairway, and is now in the infinite stairway, inaccessible.
Gosh darn it, Tiska.
Jessica, brave explorer.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Alright, so I would like to go and hang out with the scientists.
This is why we can't have nice tieflings?
Yeah, I want to go talk to Lorelei.
Okay, so you're doing what, Zackrow?
Please tell me somebody cringed at that pun.
No.
It was
Nope,
okay.
Not at all.
It was a little
Darn, I need
little
to-
far.
I need to
Things
come up
and-
with much worse puns.
Well, it was like, it didn't make sense.
I want to go back to the science camp
Uh-huh.
and hang out with the scientists there, like as evening falls, right?
Sure.
Okay.
You're just gonna
Any-
go pick up V from work and work on teaching them to read more.
Sure, yeah.
Start them on learning to write their alphabet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
For
What?
Premier, I got a question. If we're all back at the camp and stuff, and things are like comfortable,
Yes, things are fine.
just out of curiosity, Mir, you know about temples and stuff, right?
I know about the Temple of Celestial Family and a little bit about other ones, yes.
Are there temples that are just like general temples,
I've forgotten the name of the very important NPC in this session.
and you don't have to be anyone's to use them? How do you use temple?
Well, most temples will have a, like, open Do I need to roll for this, or should I just pull stuff out of my ass?
Go ahead and just pull things out of your ass. Go for it. Deuenarix.
Mir does not know of any, like, general temples that aren't to any specific god. There are, like, at some healing centers, maybe, there might be, like, a slightly more divine-focused area in terms of, like, a hospital. But in terms of temples, they're usually geared toward a particular god. Most have a public area of some sorts where people can come, pilgrims and just random folk coming in to worship. And you can attend the services, whether or not you're religious, as long as you aren't disruptive. Some like guard their archives for people more in the church, or they have particular ceremony rooms that are only for people who are part of the faith. But you could probably at least, you know, walk in and go around at the main public area. I don't think there's anyone in most of the temples right now because Saintshaven is evacuated, but I could probably find and show you the Celestial Family's temple if you're interested. Are you interested in converting?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I just
just thought I'd check.
bring things to temples,
Bring things to temples?
like a present. I'm not sure. I've never used one.
Again, it kind of varies on the god and kind of the region as well. Some faiths practice more like offerings and whatnot. For the Celestial Family, you usually bring an item with you. You don't necessarily leave it at the temple. You can donate it if they're in need of stuff. But usually you bring something that is significant to whomever you're praying to. Like for Ayla, you'd bring a candle to light. Something comfortable, either like a small bit of your favorite comfort food or a warm blanket or something. For Zai, usually some item associated with traveling, or you fold your cloak in front. You usually would take those items with you back home again, but it's a lot to help the connection to bring an item associated with God.
Okay. Thanks. That's all I need.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything they want to do at the camp? Because if not, I have another thing, but I don't want to be like taking it all up.
Yeah, I want to go.
I have something roleplay wise for Mir, but it's probably best left to right before we leave for the next rift or what have you.
So not yet.
The only thing
Otherwise,
I want
she's
to
just going to
do...
be continuing to crochet things.
Okay.
Just make Minato something with that nice green yarn.
The only thing I want to do is find out where my gold is going.
It's a very good question. Very good question.
Yes, quite.
But first,
Okay.
I want to go talk to the Falcon. You said there's like a bunch of scientists.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of them.
I want to go and try and find one that I haven't actually talked to yet.
Oh, jeez.
Are there any
Okay.
left?
I mean,
Are there any
sure,
left?
why not?
All right,
There-
and I want to ask that individual
Yeah.
if they could tell me a strange fact that most people don't know.
I love it.
Sure.
Cat facts. But cats are afraid of vampires.
Sure, no. You go find, one of the scientists you haven't, spoken to a lot. And his name is Osric. He's one of the 2 Osrics in the camp, actually.
Osric 2, got it.
No, the other one goes by his middle name, which is Roger. This Osric just goes by Osric.
Okay. Osric 1. Eagle 1.
No, Osric is fine, actually. If you're going to refer to him in, if you're going to refer to me in conversation, it's fine just to call me Osric. That's my name.
Got it.
He tells you, he seems very confused when you ask him for this fact, but he tells you that he seems to have trouble dredging this fact up out of his memory, but he tells you that moon jellyfish can, what was it? Absorb 90% of their own body weight in times of famine or something?
Fascinating. Thank you, Osric.
He asks if is there anything else you need, or...
That's all for now.
Oh, okay. Sure. Well, let me know if there's anything else. And he kind of just goes really awkwardly back to what he was doing. No
Okay.
idea why you did that. Neither do I.
Why
What time
not?
of day is it now?
What time is it? I'll go ahead and say it's evening.
Okay, it's evening. I gotta run. I run to the temples.
I was gonna say I could roll a. I have a 24-sided die if you want to randomly determine what time of day it is.
No,
Oh,
even
jeez.
Don't know how to...
convenient.
I should get one of those.
I run to the temple.
Oh, my dice.
Which temple?
So here's the problem, Falcon. I'm not very good at the religion thing, so I'm just gonna try and go into the most neutral one I can find. Do I have to like roll for that?
The most central temple?
The most neutral one,
Neutral.
like
Uh,
non-partisan, or however you say it.
Hold on just a second.
Non-denominational.
Give me just a moment. Let me go bring up the document
Oh.
of gods.
Oh, jeez.
Ha, jeez.
What the fuck was that, Luke?
I don't
Ha,
know.
jeez. What have we got here?
What?
I don't know.
Any specific... You're just going for neutral? That's it?
Non-denominational.
Non...
I want one that like I can use.
We're festive and fun, we
Hold
won't
on,
offend
what?
anyone. Happy non-specific holiday. Not that.
Let's see here.
Is there a temple for godless heathens?
Yeah, but I don't want to say.
Me.
There's
Right.
Ioun, the Ioun, the true neutral goddess of knowledge. Melora, the true neutral goddess of wilderness and the sea. And... Okay, Oghma's not listed here, interestingly enough. Oghma's, however, a neutral god of knowledge, I believe. He's knowledge, not magic, right?
I think so.
Sorry, what?
Oghma's god of knowledge, not of magic, right?
I do not know.
Magic.
Well, neither do I, off the top of my head.
Mistress magic.
Who, what, huh?
Oghma's knowledge, arcane knowledge, and Mistra is magic.
Mister, got you. Okay, yeah, so there's also a temple of Oghma.
Whatever I see first, probably Ioun.
Okay, go into the temple of Ioun.
What's it like in there? Is there anybody in there? Because if there is, I'm gonna do a stealth.
No, there's no one in there.
Okay. I do not stealth my way through the temple, which I've never been in a temple before.
Okay. It is a tall, it's like a vaulted building. It's a sort of a deep gray stone, and it's carved in almost this gothic fashion, but the inside is surprisingly airy for being as dark as it is. And you can actually see that lining the bookshelves, instead of there being stained glass windows like in many churches or temples, there are actually bookshelves. And the carpet leading towards the front of the building is woven in an intricate pattern of golden threads.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up there. And it's night, like there's nobody in, so I wouldn't be like embarrassed for talking.
That's correct.
Okay. And I will say, well, first of all, I get out a little pen and paper and write down an interesting fact that I learned. Moon jellyfish can absorb 90% of their body mass in times of famine. It's an interesting fact, just a little like piece of knowledge. And write it down and fold it up. And then I will say, Ioun, I don't know if you're here, and I hope you're not the only one here. I didn't know where to go to talk to the person I'm trying to reach. But if you can hear me, I know that you gave me the power, both of you, to influence the world. And I think I used it wrongly. I don't know what I was supposed to learn, but I'm going to try and learn better. And then I will put the little paper on the ground, because I don't know what an altar is, and leave.
Were you trying to reach The lovely lady?
Yes.
Interesting. Let me roll something real quick.
Oh jeez.
Supposed to roll something?
Okay. Yeah, no, you put the piece of paper down, and nothing really happens.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it. I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
I would like to smell the bookshelves, but I don't think that'll yield anything.
They smell like books.
Okay.
Old books or new books? Or that
Both.
weird middle ground?
All of the above. There's all different ages of
Ew.
books here.
Okay.
He has book stench.
Ah, that's the good stuff.
Book sank.
Unless it's that weird middle ground, then it smells
Yeah,
fishy.
that's kind of eh.
You get all three of these types of scents in
Luke
one.
gets me.
Congratulations.
That's not too bad.
Okay, anybody else want to do anything?
Yeah, Brahm does.
Alright.
He wants to go talk to either Lorelei and the scientists or the scientists by themselves.
Lorelei's available.
Okay.
Yeah, she, you go up to her and, she turns to you. Oh, something you need?
Aye, we've been jumping through these portals for days now working with you. Can you see any difference that we're making?
Well, and she actually, she turns back to her strange little display for a minute, looks at it, and then turns back. Well, for certain, we know that, that the rift no longer is connected to the planes that you have gone to and retrieved the sources from. We know that there's nothing coming from those anymore, which is fantastic. We also have noticed a slight decrease in the amount of small creatures that have come through, so that's really nice. Might just be that the realms that you have closed off have been the ones that have the most creatures coming through, seeing as a lot of the things in this city were elementals, and there's less things coming through from the Feywild or the Shadowfell or the outer planes that do connect to the Rift. But yeah, no, there's definitely a difference. There's definitely some change here, and it's been really interesting to document so far.
Aye.
Is there... She seems confused. Why?
Just curious. We've been helping out. Just curious if we're making a difference or not.
Yeah, I think you are. Though, this is a little bit worrisome, and, I think that, the things that are coming out of the rift now are larger than they have been before. If you'll recall the incident with, the estate at the edge of town, the elemental that came out of the plane then was far larger than any we'd ever seen emerge from the rift before, so I think that you've just gotten here in time. If the rift is acting up and allowing even larger things than normal to come through, it's all the better that we're taking it down now.
I see.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that'll suffice.
Of course. Well, if you have any more questions, I would be happy to talk about this for hours.
This cute. Oh my god. Yes. I will sit and chat for hours.
Fantastic. She will talk to you for literally hours about the planes of existence and how they connect, how they work, and how conjuration
Absolutely.
magic is attached to them.
I'm riveted.
Fantastic. All right. Anybody else?
Sure. I'll do something. Oh, sorry. Was someone else gonna do something?
I was just gonna mention that my thing was gonna be last, so.
Okay, perfect. It's your boy Temp. You know, I've been having these visions, and I haven't really been thinking about them that much, but, like, I don't know. I don't really know a lot about why or how. I want to go talk to Lorelei, see if maybe she can point me in the direction of the right, I don't know, maybe books to look at. Because, you know, Temp's not a smart boy, so he probably wouldn't be able to figure it out himself.
Books, huh? Okay. Yeah, you actually...
He's very good at the punchy punch, but not very good at the thinky think, you know?
Actually, as you go up to Lorelei's tent, you pass Braum as he leaves. And
I just
Zackrow
kinda
has been
wave.
eavesdropping outside.
Lorelei
Like-
getting a lot of visitors today.
Yeah,
We're
actually...
talking like Queen Elizabeth wave here, by the way.
Of course.
Nice.
You
Pointing
get in
that
there
out.
actually just before Zackrow does, so it's really lucky. Otherwise, you would have been shut outside for like 3 straight hours. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Lorelei sees you and she says, "Oh, hello. What do you need?"
Well, you see, I've recently begun having some visions. Not anything sort of hallucinatory in nature,
Okay.
at least.
That was
I
my
probably
first
don't
question.
think so. But they seem to come true.
Okay.
I don't know. It seems to be almost predicting the future in some way. Are there any records of something like this happening before? Or is there any, I don't know, material that I could read about this in? I'm not exactly the smartest, so, you know.
I mean, yeah, probably. It's not like divination is something that's never happened before. It's an entire school of magic, actually. So honestly, you might be better off talking to either Zackrow, who I think also sees the future occasionally, but I think it's in a different way than you, seeing as magic seems to work differently than divine magic, which I think is the root of your abilities. Or you could speak, seeing as it is most likely divine, as I don't think you're a wizard, as it's most likely
Same.
divine, you may want to speak to your cleric. That, or you could
Fair
check
enough.
through the temple libraries of the temples in Saintshaven. I'm not able to tell you if they do or do not have the information you're looking for, but they might.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
I think I'm gonna head to the temple library first.
Okay.
Just because Temp's a shy boy and doesn't like people.
Sure. There's a city.
Not
Aw.
really, but
There's
But
some
Mira's
smaller
so
libraries
friendly.
associated with the temples, and there's also the city's library, which is like associated most with the city, but it also does have the temple or a statue of Ayun in the center of it, as she is the goddess of knowledge. Actually, there's 2 statues, one of Ayun, and then back to back she's with a statue of Oghma.
Okay. I think I'm probably just gonna start searching. You know, since Lorelei mentioned it was some sort of divination, is there some sort of like section on divination magics?
Roll investigation.
Oh geez, Temp's not a smart boy. Here we go.
I don't think I can help because I'm in conversation right now. I can't help.
That's correct.
It's okay.
You are occupied for the next 3.5 hours.
That's gonna be an 11 with my -2 mod.
You find a section about magic, which is a good start. But it seems to be mostly lacking in the divination area, unfortunately. Most of the magic that was used in this city and thus relevant in this city was either evocation for fighting off beasts of the mountains, conjuration for summoning up like parts of things they needed for changing the area around them, for building the city and the mines and etc. Or fuck, what's the word? Abjuration for protection, probably from most of the
Sure.
same monsters of the mountains. There's not a whole lot on divination. This wasn't a magic-based city when it was created, and it never has been.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to shelve that for now.
Nice. Good one.
Thanks. I try.
You do know, however, that
You could always book some time with your cleric.
that
Yeah.
if you, the one place you could probably almost certainly find the information you're looking for is in the temple, or the library of the monastery that you were in for quite some time, which is further to the northeast up in the Kaival Reach, actually pretty much situated at the wellspring of the world.
All right.
Anything else? Anybody else? Before I advance it to the next day.
Like I said, Mira's thing is probably going to be the morning of the next day, so...
Should we...
In the meantime, she's just crocheting, pulling over letters.
Pardon me, JD, what was that?
No, I think I'm good on the gold piece for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay up through the night.
Okay, what exactly are you going to be looking for or at or what?
I'm
Pretend
looking
to be asleep and
for-
stare at your your gold bag.
Pretty much. I'm gonna put the last of the glow powder in there.
Okay.
All right.
So you dump the last of the glowing powder into the bag of gold. Are you just like sitting next to it staring at it? Or what?
I'm gonna...
Tell me your trick.
I'm going to prop myself up and pretend to have fallen asleep reading a book, but keeping my senses open for any sort of disturbances and kind of peeking.
Okay. Yeah, alright, you do that. Night falls. And let's see. Roll me a perception check at about midnight.
Alright, D20. Alright. Perception, you said?
Perception.
19?
Okay. At about midnight, maybe a little afterwards, you are kind of, you're dozing off, you're falling asleep because it's really hard and nothing has happened. And all of a sudden you see the bag just shake a little bit. Like there's something in it. Maybe moving?
Did the bag, like, it shook as in, like it opened, or just...
Just opened.
It just opened?
No. It hasn't opened,
Oh.
sorry.
Oh, so it's just shaking.
It's just like there's something in there.
Do I have it? I still have that, thing we used for the satyrs, right? The bubble?
Pardon?
That the bubble we used as a prison for the satyrs.
No,
I
that went
still
back to
have-
the scientists.
Alright, dang. Alright, well then I snatch it up and try and grab anything that's nearby. Like swipe at the air, see if there's anything there while I'm snatching the bag.
Your hands pass through nothing in the air, and you pick up the bag. You've got it.
I open it up.
Yeah, inside you see your gold pieces, and there is something moving around in there.
I pull it out.
Alright, you plunge your hand into the bag. You get the glowing dust all over you while you're at it. And you reach through the coins. Make a dexterity check.
Yeesh. Dexterity check, just straight dex?
Yep.
That's gonna be a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you reach in and you feel something like move against your fingers. You snatch it. And when you pull your hand out, you open it up and you find there is a shimmering golden beetle in your palm, just sitting there. Clutched in its mandibles, however, is what looks like half of a golden coin that has been eaten.
All hungry.
Oh, dude.
Aha!
It sounds so cute.
It it's sitting on your palm, and as you're not trying to crush it or anything, it just keeps eating the coin. It's literally eating this golden coin with its face.
I kind of pull at the golden coin.
It clings onto it real hard.
How big is this thing?
It's let's see. The abdomen itself is about the length, if not the width, of a quarter. Or it's like the length long of a quarter, but it's not quite that fat, like to the sides. The entire thing, it's a couple inches. It's a good couple inches. It's a big little beetle. Big little beetle.
How many d20s is it in general?
Aha, there we go.
Maybe 2 d20s next to each other?
Probably about 3
smaller?
d20s, honestly. It's got some big jaws.
It's like 2 d20s for the
For the
body and like a d6 or another d20 for the...
Adorable.
I stare at it for a very long time, squinting my eyes at it.
Yeah, while you do that, it completely ignores you and finishes eating its coin that it has been holding on to.
I pull out a... Oh, hold on. Let me take a quick look, see what I have. I take my bag of ball bearings.
Okay.
I empty it, and I stick it in with a couple other gold coins, and then I tie it tight so it can't get out.
Okay.
And then do some, just kind of throw the ball bearings into my bag for now and go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. When you wake up in the morning, everybody has become awake now?
Pretty much. Mir rises more or less with the sun to do her prayers.
Of course.
If the moon is out, she'll do some prayers to Zoom as well.
Sure. Minato, when you check inside the bag in the morning, all of the gold pieces you put in there are there, and in addition, there is one other coin. And it's very large. It's larger than your ordinary gold piece, but it is solid gold. And on one side, it has a series of concentric circles, and on the other side, it has a beautifully detailed beetle.
Uh-huh.
Thinks this might be some form of artifact that eats your money.
I take the gold coins out besides the concentric circle beetle coin. I put them with the rest of my gold. But I keep that one coin in that one bag, and I keep it tied off.
Alrighty.
And I'm gonna let Mir
don't let
go.
it starve.
I'm gonna let Mir go first before I continue on. But essentially, I'm gonna go talk to Lorelei.
Okay.
My thing was kind of going to be just before we leave for the rift, so.
Oh, okay. Well, then I go and talk to Lorelei.
Alright, sure, yeah.
Mir just, acquires her usual tucking away of breakfast rolls.
Right. Minato?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lorelei's a little bit sleepy because it's early. And she says, yeah.
Greetings. Good morning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I found the problem that I was searching for, but I wanted to get your opinion on it. I pull out the coin and I show it to her.
Well, this doesn't seem to be legal tender, first off.
No, apparently at about midnight, it turns into a beetle and eats a gold piece.
Really?
Yes.
Fascinating. She takes it and she looks it over in her hands. She goes, yeah, hold on just a second. And she closes her eyes, and after a moment you see like a faint sort of a blue haze, a little bit of bluish light shimmer over the surface of the coin. She goes, yeah, no, this is technically it's a creature, but it's a beetle, and as best as I can tell, once per night it's going to eat a gold piece and then turn back into a coin. Yeah, where did you get this?
I take the coin back. It apparently was mixed in with all the other coins of mine.
Huh.
Do you know what happens if it doesn't eat a gold piece?
I mean, from what I can tell, what it's going to do is search for one until it finds one at night. And if it doesn't find one, it just turns back into a beetle at the daytime.
A regular beetle?
No, sorry. It turns back into a coin in the daytime. I think it just goes back to being a coin normally. I don't think it's going to hurt it to not have something to eat, if that's what you're wondering.
Yes, that was what I was wondering. Thank you. It's most informative.
Sure, yeah. I'm glad you got that figured out.
As am I. I'll see you at the gate.
Sure, yeah.
And I walk off and go have some breakfast.
Alrighty. Lorelei asks you guys if you're up for another plane today.
Should I do Mirror's thing now?
Sure, because...
I say yes.
Yeah, okay. Sure, go for it.
I guess... I don't know if the other members of the party are checking with her at all. You see her a little bit at breakfast, but she's rather quiet and at some point takes your breakfast off with her. You go looking forward to, get her to come along to the gate. You find her kind of laying behind her tent in the grass, sort of staring up the sky, looking somewhat disgruntled. I don't know if anyone is to talk to her or if I should just start rambling.
Oh.
I'm not really
What
sure how to
seems to be
interrupt.
what seems to be on your mind?
Minato, his
Small
friend.
one.
Faint possibility that I'm responsible for many, many deaths. I mean, she's like running her hands through the feathers on her head a bit, so they kind of stick up a bit. I don't even know if I am or am I not, or is it just inaction, or did I actually cause something? She's just greatly perturbed by stuff she found out in the plane of Earth. It looks like,
Look, Mir, it's bothering me too. But I think the only thing we can do is make the best of the situation by learning from it and moving forward. If we trap ourselves in the past, we can't help anyone. We got a job to do.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I've been considering whether or not just take some sort of quiet life in the temple, but I don't know that that would be any better. Yeah.
Couldn't we be lost without you?
If you do
Aw.
that,
I
can you
wouldn't mind
imagine
one
how
gold knight
many
for a
more
little pet. Neither
be
would
lost?
I.
Yeah, true.
They've discovered the coin beetle.
You
which they've
people, if
had
nothing
since
else,
the
should probably go
plane
get
of
yourselves
air.
killed. You hear
I
a
don't
slight
doubt
bit of
it.
amusement touch her voice at this.
Perhaps.
Right.
They
She,
only just found
sits
it
up.
out.
Smooths her feathers back down. She rummages in the bag of holding to pull out her captain's hat and pops it on her head and was like, "Right, let's go save the world, gods damn it!"
I give Mir a brisk hug.
Mir hugs you back. For a small bird, she is a very strong
Coin
hug.
beetle is probably the
I
best
pat
name I've
Mira
ever
on
come
the
up
head.
with, not gonna lie.
No.
And then
One of them
walk off
anyway.
towards the portal.
Mir follows.
Alright. You guys, you go to the portal, to the rift, and find that when you get there, it's already actually on a plane. It's already there. It's waiting for you.
Oh.
And it is a sort of a light golden green light. It's like a dappled golden and green color. It's odd because instead of being swirly or just haphazard like most of the light patterns that you see on the other side of the rift, this one appears to be almost regular in a checkerboard of golden and green.
I hop up and pull my rapier out and stick it through. And then pull it back out and see if there's anything happened.
I hop up and stick my face through.
Alright, while Minato does this cautious rapier movement, Zackrow, you just pop your head through the rift, and you see blue sky and plants.
Alright.
Oh,
Are they small?
No, it's corn.
Oh no. Alright.
Wait,
the
the
good of the
sky
world.
is
I will
corn
do
colored?
this.
No, the sky is
Or it's
blue. The plants are corn.
Oh, okay. Slightly confused for a moment.
Let's go. I
Alright.
grab whoever's nearby and jump in.
You grab Minato's arm
where do you think you're
and hurl
touching?
yourself through the rift.
Yep, I do.
Minato, make
Who
a dex
did you
saving throw
grab?
or fall prone.
So me?
Was I even able to grab Minato?
I don't know. Minato, make a dex saving throw to avoid being grabbed.
Okay.
I feel like almost
Do
the
you want
nearest
to
would
choose to not to fail this roll?
You could also
I gotta-
choose to fail.
I was actually gonna say the
I
closest
have
might
a
be Mir,
15.
just because she knows Zackrow doesn't have a lot of hit points.
No, Minato and
And is
Zackrow
prone
both
to
checking
reckless
out the rift at the
behavior.
same time.
Gotcha.
What was your roll?
15.
Zackrow, do you want to like roll to grab? I guess.
I will. I will roll a grapple attack,
Oh my god,
Oh god.
which I believe is plus my strength.
that's
Yeah.
correct. Go ahead and roll your grapple attack, wizard.
All right.
It's
Here's
gonna
my
go
strength.
slow.
Oh, my strength bonus is 0. Forgot about that.
Wizard.
I
You
got
just say-
a 13.
Yeah, no. You grab Minato's arm as you run in. You expect to grab it, and you don't. So you just go plummeting face first through the rift.
That's fine.
No, she feels my arm. Or he feels my arm. But then it just kind of slides out.
You know how like a
And
cat
grab-
will ooze out of your arms if it doesn't want to be held? Minato just sort of oozes her arm and
Oh,
out
yeah,
of
and this
her
time
grasp
it's
it goes.
not
Like
the cat
trying
oozing,
to
but the
grab
cat
an
being
eel
oozed
in
against.
water.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, no, Zackrow, you're through. You actually fall, because, as always, the rift is above the ground. Face first into the dirt. Congrats.
I take
Mir
out a
ties
pitten.
some. I was gonna say Mir ties some rope to like the platform and hops through, holding it there under the rope.
Mhm.
All right.
I was gonna say I take a pit and I.
Do I
stick it
swing in George of the Jungle style?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I should probably hope for
Jump through.
Tarzan style. George of the Jungle hits
Roll
the trees.
acrobatics.
That's gonna be ridiculous.
17.
Is
Yeah.
21.
Nice.
Yeah, Mir, you got a 17? Yeah,
Yep.
you tie it on, and then you jump through, and you actually, it's fun, because you go through the rift, and then the rope hangs on the edge of the rift, and you, like, swing around underneath, and just drop off and go, boop, right into the soil, perfectly. You're mid-standing. Minato, what were you trying to do?
I put a pitten, tied a rope, and jump through.
Same kind of thing, only you do a cool
Except
three-point landing.
Minato. Yes, Minato does like an extra little flip or something.
Yeah, you
I was
actually
gonna
do a
do-
full black flip and then land in three-point landing. You're facing the complete other direction from everybody else, so no one sees it, but it looked really cool.
Temp wants to do a double backflip.
Roll me acrobatics, buddy boy.
Hell yeah,
Come on,
boy.
you got this.
Are you just doing a double backflip
That's
through
a
the rift?
25.
Okay,
All
yeah,
right.
you do your double backflip. You're still standing on the
Hell
platform,
yeah,
though.
I do.
Congrats, the scientists applaud.
I was gonna through the rift. Oh, okay.
You do a double backflip and then trip through the rift.
Oh.
Single tear rolls down my cheek as I begin to question my life choices.
Roll
Actually,
acrobat.
no.
Roll a
I
dexterity saving
catch
throw
him.
to avoid falling prone when you fall on the ground outside the rift.
No, I
Oh,
catch
dear.
him.
Oh, you catch him. All right.
jeez.
What am I rolling? A deck
That's a
save?
19,
Yeah, that's a dex save.
so...
No, it's
So
not up to you
save
anymore.
Or just save or check?
Save.
Save.
Save? Okay, that is a 20. Non-natural.
You stand up from your three-point landing. You turn around to see if all of your companions who went through saw this, and you look at both of them, and they are facing the other direction, and you step forward towards them like, oh, come on, guys, really? And just out of the corner of your eye, you see Temp's form come flailing through the rift, and you just dart forward and catch him. It's beautiful.
Catch him like you're doing a dip in a dancing move.
I was
Exactly.
gonna say, I grab him, dip him down, spin him up, and do a spin so he's on his feet. Like, spin him on his feet, kind
Perfect.
of thing.
It looks great.
Rule of cool. That's amazing.
Yes.
I think by this point Mira's looked around and now she applauds this.
Yes. By this point, Zackrow, you've probably pulled your face out of the soil.
Did I smell anything good in there?
It smells like soil, maybe a little bit of fertilizer.
All right.
Does this plane look familiar to me?
Has everybody else come through the rift? And no, of course not. You've never been to any other planes of existence aside from the ones you've been to with the party.
Well, I went through on the plane of the Fey plane, Feywild,
This is not
before
the
everybody
Feywild.
else. Okay.
Is everybody through?
Yeah.
Braum, I assume. Comes through in less dramatic fashion, just rolls his eyes at all of us.
Hops
Right.
out perfectly normally.
I'm so tired of dealing with us.
Okay. You guys, as you look around, you realize you are in a cornfield. And, it's just a cornfield. And you're hit with the sudden, horrible realization that this might be Ohio, or, like, worse, Indiana,
No!
or worse, it could be Illinois. But then you realize
Okay,
that the corn is
listen
tall,
up, Falcon.
and it looks
Lis-
ripe, and it's warm
jeez.
outside, and you can hear bird
Level
song,
to-
and there don't seem to be any dead bodies in the immediate vicinity, so this probably isn't Ohio or Indiana or Illinois. Who's holding the nav-box?
Falcon, you
Not
said we
me.
weren't high enough level to go to hell yet.
No, hell's in Michigan.
That's
hey!
That's
Also in
fair, that's
Siberia.
fair. Hell is
Anyway,
in
I have
Michigan.
the nav-box.
Okay, yeah, you look down
No
at the
giving
nav-box.
away our secrets.
Can I make a nature check to look at some of the corn and determine if it's edible?
Sure, go ahead.
Can't
Zackrow?
believe you're doing this, but at the same time, I definitely knew you were gonna do this.
Zackrow, you look down at the nav-box, and for a second you see it pointing
Oh
you.
shit, I forgot nature is intelligence based.
You put
5.
you see it pointing in front of you, and there's a split second where you see it pointing, and then after a moment, the screen kind of goes blank, and then it goes to like a little swirling circle, and underneath it says calculating.
Oh, it's loading. It's
Oh
buffering.
no.
It's buffering.
Is it
Well,
a little-
meanwhile,
Is
Mir,
it the
what'd you get?
pinwheel of death that happens when a Mac freezes? The
Mir,
little
what'd you get
spinning beach
on your
ball?
check?
I got a 5.
It's corn.
No,
Probably.
it's the Windows.
What's a corn?
This is corn, right? Like, it looks like corn. You know, this is probably corn.
Mir takes an ear of corn and kind of looks it over, pecks at it a little.
You can add that ear of corn to your inventory.
I would like to see if the corn is edible as well.
By doing what?
Nature check.
Go ahead.
Minato
Alright,
just
Don't
asks
fail me now.
which direction is the nav box pointing.
14.
It's corn, dude. Yeah, it's edible. It's
Mir-
corn.
Mir grabs a couple extra ears to take back to the scientists.
Does anybody have any like fire spells? Maybe.
Do you want me to try and sacred flame to make us pop?
We're not.
I
gonna make-
want popcorn so bad right now.
Oh my god.
You have to dry the corn first.
That's true.
Okay.
Mir
Yeah,
collects a few more ears and says, "We'll try this back at camp. We're maybe over fire pit or something. We're not going to set things on fire.
Gosh, if we only
I'd
had
rather not
food
set the
that could,
whole
like,
field of
desiccate
corn
this
on fire."
stuff. Okay. Okay, that's a fair point. We've got some corn.
I'm going to conjure a minor illusion of a bowl of popcorn and hand it to Zackrow.
Minor illusion
Oh,
is
that's
you
evil.
monster.
not quite that complex. You can't touch a minor illusion.
You monster.
You can put your hand up and minor illusion that there is a bowl in it, but the second you move, it's gonna be the illusion is ruined.
Just hold it there and see what Zackrow does.
I go for it.
Okay.
Put my hand in it. What happens?
Your hand goes through it.
Can I tell that this is an illusion?
I mean, your hand just went through it. Roll intelligence.
My intelligence is pretty good,
Well-
guys.
Roll
You-
intelligence.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
I'm
an
pretty sure
investigation
about
check.
that. It's a fantastic stat.
I'm waiting for the natural one now.
Nope. Not a 1.
A 2.
It's a 2, isn't it?
6.
You
Is that
do
with
not
your
meet
mod?
my spell
She
DC.
must have moved it at the last second. Damn it, Minato.
That's rude. But okay, I get
Oh
it
my
if you're just really
God.
hungry. Maybe next time. Hey, if you let me have some, I'll make it like garlic and butter flavored. I can do that. I've met.
Oh yeah,
I
person.
let go of the bowl and walk away.
There is now
Just leave the
a
illusory.
slightly shaking image of a bowl of popcorn. It's one-dimensional, by the way.
Wait a minute.
Just in the air. Just floating there.
I poke it.
Your hand goes through it.
Right. Something's wrong about that.
I snap.
This is a very strange plane, guys. We gotta watch our backs. Ah.
Mir
Plain of
gives you.
illusory popcorn.
Mir says she'll share her breakfast rolls if you want to flavor them. Pretend they're popcorn.
Yes.
Just make them kind of
Sure.
popcorn flavored.
Oh my god.
FYI,
Alright.
Mir, I don't know if has ever actually had popcorn, so this is a new delicacy for her.
Oh yeah, we gotta make this when we get back. Popcorn flavor.
Yeah, she
Alright.
stuffed like a dozen ears of corn into the bag of holding.
Make sure those are in
Is
your
there any
inventory.
more success on that any more
Minato-
success on that Nav-Box?
No, it's just calculating.
Minato
Alright.
rolls her eyes and sighs heavily.
So we don't know where we're going. Let's just go.
I know where I've been. Sorry. Yeah, okay,
You know,
sure.
Anyway,
You know,
Mir
not
uses
all
her
those who
birdie's
wander
and-
are lost, but I sure as hell am.
Can someone? Mir's like, can someone lift me up and I'll see if I can see an end to the corn over the top of the corn?
pop up on the shoulders of someone tall. Who's tall?
No one
Temp
who's tall
probably?
has any modicum of strength.
I can try.
I can
can't say
jump.
that'll be very good.
Want to
Go
stand
for
on my
it. I want to
shoulders?
see this.
Yeah, so I was gonna try. Like,
No,
just,
go for it.
like,
Who's
sit on my shoulders and then you stand up and I see if I can look around.
Get on me. I have an idea.
Okay.
Or hop on. I have an idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see where this is going. No, go for it.
I
Okay.
forget which ability this is gonna be.
I think it's a key point thing.
It is a key point, but
I know what's about to happen. Oh yes.
how high would you? Is there somewhere where I can check how high I can jump? Like, what would that be?
With the key point ability,
Yes.
it's something times your level. I think.
Your monk level.
Your monk
Is
level. Let me
it?
whip out the phone. here
Yeah.
real quick.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
My jump distance is doubled, is all it tells me.
Oh. Well, damn. Jump. It might be based on your strength modifier then.
Oh, well, that's not the best.
No.
Could be based on acrobatics or
I actually
I
don't
don't
know the
think-
answer to this. Maybe it's in like movement rules.
I'm taking a look.
Move position. Let's try that. 190.
One. Travel pace, high jump.
Special
When you make a high jump, leap into the air, number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. If you move at least 10 feet on the ground before you jump.
Where is this written? I believe you, but where is it?
182.
182.
Yeah,
Yep.
that actually
Jumping.
sounds right.
There's long jump and high jump.
Yeah, that was high jump.
We're talking high jump here.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I see.
Gonna be 3 plus my strength modifier.
Times 2. All of that times 2.
So that's not gonna be very high.
No, but it'll definitely get whoever's on your shoulders above the level of the corn.
Alright, so I'll spend a key point for that, and I'll jump 6 feet into the air.
You have a strength
pretty
modifier of
high.
0?
What?
Mir
Yeah,
clings
my
on
strength
for
mod
dear
is
life.
0.
Yeah, okay, you jip jump.
That's like how high I am. That's
Lucky.
higher. That's higher than my character's
Shit,
height.
yeah, it is, isn't it? You spring like a frog. Boinga. Yeah, you jump, boy. You see, for the brief
Number one
moment
jump,
in
boy.
which you're hanging at the apex of your leap of faith, that
You
around
makes a
you,
slightly alarmed squawk as you do this because she wasn't expecting it.
you around you, like to the rear of the general direction the party is facing, it's just corn. It's just corn forever.
Nice.
To the sides, you see way off in the distance, to the left, there's like an old farmhouse maybe, and then ahead of you, you see the ground slope down and there's a city.
That's obviously where we need to go.
That's all you can manage to grab from the brief glimpse you get of via jumping.
Quick question. How tall is the corn? Is it taller than 10 feet?
Is it as high as an elephant's eye?
Corn's pretty tall, but I don't know if it's quite 10 feet
Nice.
tall. I don't know how tall corn is. It's probably like 8 feet.
Yeah,
Corn is pretty tall. Think
corn
corn
can
is-
go from anywhere between 6 to about, I think it's 11 feet tall.
Yeah, so it's
Jeez.
generally not quite 10.
If I stick my 10-foot pole by the rift, will I be able to see it over the corn?
Probably not.
That is smart.
But I left
I
my rope there.
The rift is extremely large and obvious,
Okay.
That's
so
true.
you don't have to
yeah.
worry about losing it. And when you're within the corn anyway, you still have to jump up to see out of it. It's in perfect rows, though.
Nice.
He was like, damn it, I
Wait,
should have brought my
disconcerting.
kite.
Wait a second. That's
I
a
left
little
that back.
worrying.
Why is that?
Did someone make it? Put it like this?
Wait,
It's
I
corn.
grab an ear-
Corn is a crop grown by people, so,
there's people.
you know, possibly. There's a city, there's somebody living here.
No, it's clearly that the corn eats people.
We better get out of the corn, guys. I get down on the ground and look on one of the corn stems for like a copyright or something.
What?
I honestly... What are you expecting
Which way did you say the city was?
In the
That way.
general direction of front. Mostly
Then I walk that way.
to, judging by the position of the sun, it seems to be that direction is north.
All right, that's where we go.
Mira's muttering to herself, but damn, I should have brought my kite. I could, like, you could see that over the corner. I need to get one of those. Did I leave mine back at camp? I'm gonna leave mine back in the cellar. She's like just muttering about kites as she follows Minato along toward the
Mira.
city.
Alright, yeah. You guys head through the corn, and after a few minutes, you emerge from the cornfield, and you find that there is a hill that gently slopes downwards, and spread out below there is a large city. And now that you're out of the corn, you can see that the landscape around you looks a lot less like Ohio, and a lot more like maybe Rome, with this sort of gentle hills and carefully tended grass that, despite the fact that it looks carefully tended, it is wild because there's no native tall grass in this area, it seems. And you can see like those sort of small little copses of trees every now and then, but they're always placed intentionally. It's like somebody designed this landscape, the entire thing. Even the hills are one after another in straight lines, in designed layouts. And you can see the city from here. You can see that it is perfectly in a flawless grid pattern. There are no circular roads, there are no curved turns roads where something accidentally went somewhere else. It is all exactly by design.
Oh, shoot.
Mira is like, at first she's like, oh yeah, design landscapes. I grew up with it. Like it slowly occurs to her that this is not how like her designed landscape of home is because of mining. This is weird. Kinda like at first she seems chipper, and then she sort of starts giving the hills a side eye. Like, wait a minute.
It's a little
This is
peculiar.
unnatural.
Move down towards that city.
Elysium, huh? What are you trying to see?
Minato's
wanna know, like, do all the
unnerved by
roads,
the
do they connect in the
pristineness.
city?
Roll perception. What are you looking for, Minato?
I said Minato's unnerved by how pristine and perfect everything seems to be.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
She
All
breaks
right.
a corn stalk.
No, my perception. Yes, my passive would have been better. Oh, just kidding. Oh yeah, actually, not kidding. 10.
From what you can see, all of the roads in the area seem to either run towards buildings on the outskirts of town or into the city itself.
We gotta go to that.
Do
city.
all roads lead to Rome?
I don't know, is
They
this Rome?
do.
There's no place like Rome.
Wow, that was a
Okay.
combination.
On Rome again.
Oh lord.
You know, I
I
didn't
set
expect
out
this.
towards Rome.
It's not called Rome.
Ugh.
Okay, now go for it.
I pull out my phone. It's roaming.
Oh hey,
No,
Oh,
that's
you
the
get
Nav-Box
roaming minutes?
right now. It's roaming.
Yeah.
Hey!
Kinda is, honestly.
um,
'Cause-
quick question, because someone
We
brought it up
kind
in
of
the
are
chat.
too.
Mir can usually tell which direction north is because she birdie. Is the sun in the normal place?
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of weird. The sun is there, and it hasn't moved since you got here. And, it doesn't really look right, actually. Now that you shade your eyes and sort of stare at it without looking at it. First off, it doesn't seem to be quite as bright as the sun should be. I mean, it's bright, it's daytime, but it's not, like, blinding bright. I mean, it is, but it isn't. And that confuses you.
This don't look like my god.
This is
And
weird.
yeah, it doesn't feel like the sun either.
I try
Mir
to poke
gives
the
it
ceiling.
intense side eye.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
You side-eye the sun.
Side eye the sun.
1 sec, let me check something.
Or should I say the orb of light and dark? Because that's what it is.
Okay, so longbow range at its far range is 600 feet. I'm gonna fire slightly at an angle so it doesn't just come down immediately and impale us, but I want to try firing a bow up to see if there's something like between us and the sun. Is there some invisible dome or something, or is this just weird?
Okay, yeah, you fire an arrow straight up. Eventually it comes back down.
Alright, so it's
Gravity
not
works.
like there's a barrier there.
Or if it is, it's more than 600 feet.
Generally, the sun is more than 600 feet from the surface of the earth.
Right, but I was wondering if
most
maybe it was
cases.
like an artificial ceiling or something. You're in some kind of
No,
construct.
This is no glimmer void. I think
Illusion
it's
dome.
just a.
Mir retrieves her arrow and continues giving the sun side eye.
It doesn't respond. Which is good, because if it did, that would have been horrifying.
Like the Mario sun, the angry sun that comes out of the sky in the desert levels and tries to kill you.
Yikes. Yeah.
Alright. So, you guys heading towards the city?
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, the closer you get, it's still... It feels like this entire area, and you felt it a little bit when you first got here, but you're definitely noticing it now. The entire place, everywhere you've walked so far, has just felt very peaceful. And just, like, pastoral and lovely. The entire place just
I don't
feels
trust
like that.
it immediately.
Yeah, Mir's like torn between giving all this side eye and being like, "Oh, isn't this nice?"
Like, at
Mir,
this point,
specifically
Temp's
to
team-
you, Mir, it feels very, very nice to be here.
Like, Temp has
No.
seen way too much shit to not suspect this immediately.
Brahm,
Yeah,
it
she's
also
like,
feels
she's
pretty nice to be
enjoying
here.
She's enjoying herself despite herself. Like, she's being like, "Oh, this is nice." No, I should be suspicious. Oh, but it's so pretty.
Yeah. Specifically to you, Brahm, and you, Mir, it feels safe and comfortable, this place. To you, Minato, it does not feel safe and comfortable. To you, Zackrow, it does not feel safe and comfortable. I mean, it does, but
What
You
about
don't like
your
it.
boy?
what's your alignment?
I'm scared.
I said, what about your boy?
What's your alignment?
Oh, alignment. I am chaotic good.
It feels pretty nice, but
Something's
it's
off.
off.
Yeah.
It's off. You specifically feel like, while this is a really nice place, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah. I mean, Temp doesn't belong anywhere. Nah,
Aww.
I'm
If
kidding.
you actually look upset, Mir will be hugging you immediately. FYI.
You guys, the city is walled. There are some houses on the outskirts of the city, and then there's a big white wall, and there are various gates leading into it. As you get closer, you see people in the fields outside the city. the perfectly laid out fields, some of which are growing corn, some of which are growing other crops, most of which you recognize, some of which you do not recognize. You see them, they're just ordinary looking people. Some humans, some elves, some other things. Just kind of doing what people do when they work in fields, which is generally messing with the ground.
Trustworthy?
They look like peasants. Like normal peasants.
Alright.
Mir kind of settles over to Minato is like, I want to talk to them, but I'm not good with the talking thing.
It's alright.
Can you help?
Yes, quite. I go up to
I'll go
him
too.
and... Excuse me.
Yeah. It's a sort of older-looking, portly woman.
We seem to have been lost in our travels. Do you mind telling me where we're at?
It's outside Materia. That's the city.
Materia.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
You haven't happened to see a little glass orb about this big with something inside?
No. I haven't seen anything like that. Sorry.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Mir sort of settles over. Hi.
Hi
What
there.
plane are we on?
Arcadia.
Thank you.
Whoa, Arcadia? What do I know about
Mir looks over
Arcadia?
to like Zackrow, like, the fuck's Arcadia?
Roll
Yeah,
Arcana.
Falcon, what do I know? What? Arcana? Okay.
Yes.
He just had a 3-hour-long conversation with Lorelei, too.
22.
22. Arcadia, as you know from the chart that you have studied in college of the planes of existence, is a lawful good plane that is right next to the plane of law, true neutral plane of law, Mechanus. In fact, Arcadia has only 2 layers, which is odd for a plane, because its third layer, Messinus, with an S, not a CH, was inhabited by a race of creatures that were more lawful than good, and because they multiplied and there were so many of them, the layer actually shifted from lawful good to lawful neutral and fell into Mechanus. And there's actually a conflict between the 2 planes about whose layer it belongs to, or whose layer
So,
it is.
Out of curiosity, is there a neutral good plane?
This is the neutral good. Oh, neutral good? Yeah, there are.
I'm sure there are.
Mir, as out of curiosity, if Zackrow knows the name of it.
That would be Elysium.
Okay.
So if they don't like robots here, maybe keep that bag with that beetle hidden away.
What beetle?
Perfect. You're doing great. Alright, so I'll just ask them, where is the center of government in this place?
Oh, I mean, if you want the government, she kind of leans on her farming implement, and seems a little confused. Well, you're on the wrong layer for that. The harmonium is a layer below. So you won't really find anything of the sort here.
Alright.
Hello, we're a bunch of random marauders. Where is your president?
Right? But what's on this layer?
Well, we got Materia. We got a couple of other cities. There's the library. That's here, of course. There's a couple other smaller settlements around. That's about it, though.
Alright, so I heard library.
Yeah?
Oh my gosh, can we go there?
Of course you can. Anybody can go to the library.
Guys, who wants to go on a field trip?
Oh, me.
Yes.
Mir's like,
Let's
hopping up
go.
and down.
You know, if in fact you're looking for something, you'll find where it is there. It's the Library of All Knowledge. Anything you want to know, you'll find there.
Oh.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Well,
That's
Darling.
most helpful.
Thank you very much, Mir. Mir gives this lovely peasant woman one of her breakfast rolls, which is flavored of popcorn.
Yes, it is now.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I give her 10 gold.
Wow.
We don't need that here. You best be keeping it for yourself.
That's true. I bet this is socialism.
Well, there must be something.
We ain't got no capitalists in Arcadia.
Communism. No.
Then I take back my gold and I give her a thing of perfume. Perhaps a lovely lady like you can make better use of this than me.
Well, that's very kind of you, dear.
And then after I hand it to her, I walk away.
All right. No take backsies.
Mir waves by as she runs
that's
toward
so
the direction
Bad
of the
cat.
library.
Bad.
All right, you leave this this peasant woman in her field.
Yep.
And yeah, now you know that within the city
He's
of
somewhat
Materia
confused.
rests the Library of All Knowledge. What would you like to do?
The Library of All
Let's
Knowledge,
go to
you
the
say?
library!
Yeah.
Well,
What I'm going to find out in the Library of All Knowledge is where's the source?
Temp has a
Mir
lot
wants
of
to know if
things he
there's a history of the
actually
cities
wants
of
to look
dust.
up in the Library of All Knowledge.
Right?
How best to
course.
teach someone to read? Yeah, Mir has a few things too.
Actually, Temp
Fortunately,
has
I'm good at
two
library.
big things that he'd like to look up.
Well, you better find your way there then.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask everyone to point me there, like every single person I pass until I have a good map of where to go.
Oh.
Yeah, you only have to ask like 2 people. One of them is like a sort of slim little halfling, and one of them is a horrible monstrosity. But that seems to be just kind of chilling in the street, walking around with a basket of flowers. It points you towards a
Mood.
way
Like
way
a
along
Nosferatu?
another street, and it doesn't even like speak out loud. It gives you like a telepathic thought form answer, which is a little weird, but you roll with it. And in the distance,
Mir gives it a breakfast roll too.
it nestles the breakfast roll in amongst its flowers. It looks beautiful. And it points you way down one of the roads, and in the distance you see a white marble building.
That looks right.
All right.
So we head there.
Yeah. All right. You as you near it, you see there's one large white marble building, and it's actually connected to a couple of other buildings, and they're arranged in a sort of rhombus pattern. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total.
Okay.
In a diamond shape, all connected. And the main one has like a big entryway.
That's where we go. Straight on in.
Okay. Yeah, you enter the Library of All Knowledge. And
Like, what does it feel like when we walk in?
well, you're immediately out of the question mark sun, question mark light, and
Okay.
so this sort of cool shade falls over you, and as you enter, you're immediately struck by the silence within. And it's not like a don't you dare talk silence, it's like a no one really wants to chat because we're all busy doing things, reading books. And you can hear some movement, and as you look around, you see this building looks like a lot bigger than it appeared to be from the outside for some reason. And you see
It's a
these
TARDIS library, isn't it?
Please don't. That's not what I specifically avoided that exact wording.
It's a TARDIS.
And you see many different layers going up and actually down into the ground of books, and you see there are many floors, and you can see them because there's a big sort of like a central clear area where you can lean over the edge and look down and up, like a big atrium. And you can see people and creatures moving around on all the different floors, and off to the left, there is what looks like a sort of reception and help desk.
Mira, FYI, is looking around at all these books and just quietly goes, I could live here.
I need much help.
And I lean over and I go, but there's no sky in here.
Oh,
True. Zai's library has the
Kind of
skylights.
Actually, the
All
center of the clear area, if you lean over and look straight up, there's a big glass window up at the top.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, I could live here. I probably shouldn't. But I am gonna go ask the librarian something. She, like, takes off toward the
Let's
help
all
desk.
make our way to the help desk. I
Yeah.
follow at a sprint.
Okay, at the help desk, it's a very large help desk, and you wonder why for a minute until you realize that the librarian behind it is in fact a Sphinx, who is right now lounging on what looks
It's
like a big
adorable.
cushion. She's wearing these big slate blue robes over her whole
she's
body.
adorable.
Her wings are sprawled gently on one behind her, one over the robes. She is wearing a pair of tortoiseshell rimmed glasses on her face, and she's playing with a magic 8-ball. Actually, I meant to describe it and then have you be like, oh, it's a magic 8-ball. It's a black plastic sphere with a white circle and an 8 inscribed on the top of it, and a clear plastic window on the bottom. She's playing with it.
Alright.
Mira, like, walks up and pokes her head over the counter, which is possibly a bit tall for her, and is like, hi!
The Sphinx looks over and goes, oh, hello. Can I help you?
We're looking for books, specific ones.
Well, you'll find them here. What are you trying to find out?
Well, first, I think there was this particular, I guess, artifact thing we're looking for. It's this round glass sphere. I'm not sure what it would have in it on this plane.
Corn.
Maybe corn?
The Sphinx,
And then I think we each have other questions of our own, but that one's kind of the most important one.
she puts down her magic ball. She actually stands up and sort of pads over, and she's very, very large. Like, oh god, she's really big. Okay. Kind of makes me nervous, honestly. She's real big. Has a real big lion mouth. Ooh. And she says, what makes you think that the knowledge you're looking for is in a book here?
Because everything's in a book. That was the impression we got, was that everything was in a book here. All the knowledge.
All knowledge is here, but it might not be in a book. It could be... Yes? And she
I'm
actually
just excited.
She actually kind of rears up and puts her front paws, like her front arms on the desk so she can lean
I'm
on
sorry, I
one
know
paw.
this is the library, I'll be quiet.
No, it's fine. Mortals like you are often excited when they come here for their first time.
It's a beautiful library.
It is. It's my father's. What you're looking for is here. Yes. I know it. But why should I tell you?
We're trying to fix this rift in our home plane, which stuff keeps coming out of and wrecking stuff in our town. And it sort of scares people.
Mm-hmm. And?
And it would be nice to get help with that from, I'm sure you're a lovely good person who might help us with that. Mira's like, her Saintshaven words get a little bit quieter. She just kind of takes in how big the Sphinx is and slowly gets more and more nervous.
Oh, tiny bird.
We are trying to fix a problem that we are having a problem with. We wish to be more informed so that we may better take care of this problem before it becomes an issue in many, and there is much damage to a city.
Well, I suppose that's as good a reason as any. But you'll have to earn it.
But of course. All knowledge comes at a price.
You are the smart one here. And she kind of leans back a little bit.
Mira looks down at her feet and fidgets a little when she says that, like, oh.
It's okay. I was offended too, but that's fine.
I mean, Mira's not got a great intelligence score anyway, but
Oh.
And she says,
sort of knows that her memory isn't stellar.
start
Aw.
in the natural history section of the material plane. You'll find most of what you're looking in the material plane sections, what you're looking for. When you found all but the last line, bring it back to me, and I'll give you the last one. If you can figure it out, then I'll tell you where to find your source.
What?
Big
Okay.
Can
riddles.
you point us into the direction of the material plane section?
Of course. And she gives you the exact location of it, which is like 2 floors down and on like shelf 37.
Nice. I love shelf 37. It's my favorite
Alright.
shelf.
Mir has other questions as well, which
Yes?
she's like, I'm not sure what to give you in exchange for this. I could maybe help with reshelving books or healing, or maybe if you do have some other challenge like this. I'm looking for information about, well, mostly the history of the City of Dust, I think it was called. Trying to figure out exactly what happened there. And also if you have any tips on teaching someone to read. I'm trying to help a friend.
The knowledge you are looking for will be in the cosmology section, under the subsection for the elemental planes. The City of
I have-
Dust.
Thank you.
Fascinating. And yes, you have a question as well?
I have 2, actually.
Go on.
Oh, by the way, once Mir gets this information, she gives the Sphinx her last breakfast roll.
Thank you. It looks absolutely minuscule in her giant paw. Go on.
I'm looking for 2 things in particular. One, I would love to find a pink spotted tree frog somewhere in the world. And so I want to maybe look. I
Seriously?
know they're incredibly rare, but I was hoping I could find where they live.
Alright. And the second?
Secondly, I've been having almost oracular visions that seem to come true, and I wanted to maybe see if there was anything here about that. I've talked to someone else, and they seem to believe they're divine in nature.
Likely. This is true.
Would you be willing to help me find that information?
Yes, of course. I am a librarian. This is what I do. You may find the answer to your search lies in... You can search the areas specifically on the nature of magic, both divine and arcane. And within those areas, you may be looking for the domain of Ayun or my father Oghma.
What?
If you need anything else, speak now, or you may call upon me later.
Upon hearing that she's the daughter of her god, Mir looks even more, like, intimidated. Whoa.
Is
She
that
holds her
all?
holy symbol for comfort.
Is that all?
That'll be a good start for now.
Excellent. Should you need anything, return to me here. You may also call upon me from elsewhere within the library. My name is Dewey.
Really?
Of course. Of course.
Of course.
Falcon.
That was not in character.
I have a question. Does
Yes.
Dewey sort all the books?
I handle most of the reshelving. Yes.
She has a very good system for it.
I'm assuming, yeah.
That's what I was.
I don't know
Wait.
how I could punctuate this situation any better.
Real quick, oh my lord. Real quick, what was the
Have your puns
resolution?
been decimalated?
Kill me. The resolution on where the sections Temp needs to look in, because I'm taking notes on all these sections so we don't forget.
As did I, actually.
You're going to be looking in the sections underneath Divine Magic subsections regarding
Ion and
Ioun and
Oghma.
Oghma. And you're going to... Oh, right. She tells you that
You
you're
never
looking
mentioned it.
for...
Apology?
again, in the natural history sections of the material plane area. And you'll probably be looking for anything relating to the northwestern jungle.
Oh, another quick question. Are we allowed to
Yes.
check out books, or do they need to remain in the library?
Unfortunately, this is a library where you cannot remove the materials.
Okay, are we allowed to, like, copy stuff from the books?
Is there a
Write out
copier
stuff?
anywhere?
I was gonna say write with ink or something. Like, are there writing desks where one could copy down any notes?
There are desks, but it depends on the book whether or not you are able to copy it. There
Okay.
are limits for those such as yourselves who tend to travel between the planes. And as this is a library that contains all knowledge from all times, I would not want you to have anything that you should not yet know.
Such as
Maybe
what
I can
is
just
that?
bring my book up here for approval then.
Of course.
Books to the party. So, where should we start?
Alright, you should start by taking a quick break, right, Falcon?
That's correct.
Yes, please, food time.
Hell yeah.
Fast.
We'll take a
Oh,
quick break.
boy.
I will see you guys back here in about 10 minutes.
Alright,
Ish.
see you at 5 till.
All right. And boop. Hello everyone, we are back. Bringing the players. Hello.
Greetings.
Hello.
Alright, we are back. So,
Buttons.
A
What?
needle pulling thread.
alright.
La. A
Liquor
note
needs
to
to come
follow.
back.
So.
But,
Fun fact, the line tea, a drink with jam and bread, for a long time, apparently my dad thought she was singing tea, a drink some people dread.
only by the sheer number of teacups.
I love tea. How can you dread it?
I love tea
Yeah,
as well.
sorry.
I don't know, if you happen to be allergic to tannins, it's not that great.
You know what? We just
Yeah. And I have difficulty finding a tea I like because a lot of them are mint, and I'm allergic to mint.
That's true. That is a problem. Can you imagine if you were allergic to both? No tea ever. That is so sad. Anyway,
Wait, what? You're allergic to mint, but what else?
Oh, I'm
Tannins.
allergic to
Still off, then?
tannins.
I'm allergic to mint, Falcon is allergic to tannins. If someone was allergic to both, they'd have a very hard time finding tea they could drink.
Also,
Ah,
I'm
yes.
back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
no problem.
Alright, so where are you guys headed first within the Library of All Knowledge?
We need to go to that material planes section.
Okay, yeah, you
Indeed.
can find it pretty easily.
Falcon, what should I roll to try not to be distracted along the way?
Wisdom saving throw?
That's gonna be a rough one.
Or charisma saving throw?
You pick.
Let's do charisma saving throw. Those are fun.
Jeez.
Dang it, that's even worse.
You let me choose.
16.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You can manage.
Woo.
Here, we'll drag you if need be.
Alright.
You guys make your way down to the first shelf that you were told to go to. It's the only one she gave you, which is curious.
I pull a
and
book off of a random shelf along the way.
you pull a random book off the shelf?
Yeah,
Okay. What are you gonna do with it?
start reading it as we walk along the way.
It's a...
Is it in a language you speak, is the question.
Oh yeah, let me roll to determine that. What languages do you know? Never mind, I know what
Do you-
languages you know. It's not a language that you speak.
Okay.
What about me?
What language do you speak? Do you speak Celestial?
Yep.
It's in Celestial.
Hey!
It's an
What is it?
autobiography called Oozes I Have Known.
Oh my
That's my
god.
favorite title for a book.
Gimme.
I hand it over and just grab another book. Try my luck again.
Feeding on the saving throw to not be distracted. The player became distracted. Falcon, what's in the book?
It's an autobiography about a guy who really liked oozes and studied oozes.
Mira will, sort of stand behind Zackrow with her hands on his shoulders and steer him around other library patrons and tables and whatnot because he's reading as we're walking.
Mira's my guardian angel.
Alright, the second book that you pick up is, it's actually a recipe book for breads unique to the southern marshes.
Let me just roll for Mira not to get distracted by that.
Oh my god.
Okay, she gets, let's see. 19 for a will save.
It's okay. Yeah, no, you look at the book, but Minato's
Wisdom,
holding
sorry.
it, and
Yeah.
you guys have a place to go. You have somewhere to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, and I know the way, so we'll go right there.
Alright, yeah, you go right there. It is a tall shelf filled with books. And whoever is searching for the book that you require should roll an investigation check.
I will look. Investigation, you say?
That's
Good
correct.
advantage.
That's going to be a 16.
It's not hard to find. As you're looking over this shelf, one of the books seems to stand out to you, and it is a thin, light gray volume. And it's sort of... You're not sure why it stands out to you, but it does. And you reach up and you pull it out of the shelf, and it is called Atmospheric Weather Patterns of the Northern Hemisphere and North Sea by somebody whose name is Vicne Talbert Ryan.
I open it up.
The first page is the title page.
I keep reading.
You flip to the second page, and as you do, the book stops being a normal book, and for some reason you can't flip to any other page. It's like they've been cemented into a block. And the page after the title page reads, "Dances in air, dies on water, clad in white, storm's light daughter."
Oh,
Hold on.
No.
You're gonna have to say that again.
Dances in air, dies in water, clad in white, storm's light daughter.
Air dies in water.
Oh, it's fog.
Either snow or lightning, maybe? Or, oh yeah, fog could be too.
Ice.
You say ice out loud to the book and nothing happens.
Okay. One
You're
more.
trying snow and lightning.
Dances
When
in
you say
air,
snow-
dies in water.
When you say
Wait.
snow, the words shimmer, and the book automatically sort of flips open to another page, and you can see that at this point, there's like, it opens and the rest of the book remains in one solid piece because what you see is a book safe. And within the taken out part of the book, there is a single line, and then underneath that, a section and a shelf number.
Line like a drawn line or a line of text or
A line of text.
What
And
does
the
it
line
say?
is, "With potent, flowery words speak I." I will go ahead and post
I.
these in the chat,
oh, jeez.
one by one. Here's the first line of the final riddle, and
Oh, wait.
underneath that is the designation, Material Plane History, World Culture, Shelf 165.
Let's go.
I sincerely hope you're writing these down.
I am.
World culture.
World Culture, Shelf
Where
165.
did Nathan go?
Okay. So we go there. I take the book with me.
Actually, it's interesting. As you're holding the Atmospheric Weather Patterns of the Northern Hemisphere and North Sea, as you're holding it, the second you start to move away to your next place, it poofs out of existence.
Was it 165 or 169?
165.
5.
Mm-hmm.
While we're still in the material plane natural history section, can we grab that frog book for light reading?
Sure.
Or
You
not
can
so
find
light
it.
reading.
You can take a couple minutes and find the area where it talks about. It's hard because you have to figure out if you go to animals first, or do you go to the location in the world first, or what. But you do eventually find a light green bound book that talks about the wildlife of the northwestern jungle.
Alright. I'm gonna take a quick write notes on the appropriate pages.
Okay.
For what knowledge I can from there.
Sure. Yeah. You can. I'm gonna let you. You can just take the book with you and do this as you go along.
We'll do that, yeah.
Awesome.
Reading while walking, one of my skills.
Mirror
Sure.
continues to steer you so you don't walk into
Zackrow-
anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Temp is kind of like nudging every once in a while too.
Without me or
So-
Temp, I would
Make me
Zackrow
save
roll
for
to
that,
not fall
weren't
on his
you?
face. Okay. So yeah, you can head to the next area. And I would like somebody to roll investigation on the shelf.
I would not recommend your boy.
10.
Wouldn't recommend Deuenarix either. Oh. Maybe we could try. That's a natural 20.
Damn. Yeah, you walk up to the shelf and go, there it is. And you pick it up and you pull it out, and it is called The Lighthouses by somebody named Endwin Quartzkindle. And when you open it up, there's the title
Will you be writing
page.
down the titles and things as well?
You can if you want, yeah. If you want, I can post them in the. Oh Jesus, I can go ahead and post them in the chat. Yeah.
Chenti has a question in the chat, by the way, Falcon.
Yes. What it is? What is it? What's the question?
Oh, can I look for a book on Dwarven history?
Yeah, sure.
Do I need to roll something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation as you go by the world culture section.
I rolled a 13.
Yeah, you can find some books about Dwarven history. A lot of it has to do with the southern mountain range and the city of many names, which is of course the hub of trade in the entire southern half of the continent. As the dwarves do not typically go far up north, the farthest they get is up in the Kaival Reach. And occasionally a couple of them go over by the Dragon's Spine to work with the gnomes there who use the molten lava to create awesome things. But mainly...
Hook?
What's up?
Sorry.
For the riddle, I think me and Minato
Yeah.
have the same guess.
What is it?
Fishing hook.
Oh, I gotta read it out loud. My bad. Always smiles or maybe frowns, sinks in water, never drowns, catches prey on its barbed teeth, hunts all day but never eats. Yes. When you say it's a fishing hook, the book opens to
I
its
bet you anything
next...
near learned that one from Hannah.
Oh, definitely. Opens up to another page, and it gives you this line, which is, of something common, vulgar, dry. And it tells you that the next location you're looking for is Material Plane History, Elven Culture, Shelf 4.
Okay. Elven culture?
Elven Culture, Shelf 4.
Alright, I head there.
Alright, this takes you through a portion of the library. You actually have to go through one of the hallways to another building, which is surprising.
I snag another book along the way.
Okay. Give me a number between 1 and 20.
13.
I read over
Close enough.
Minato's.
It is in a language that you understand.
Alright.
And
I start
let's
reading.
see.
Do I understand it?
Give me a number between 1 and 20.
13.
No.
Language is this?
It's abyssal.
Beef kid. Oh.
Oh, well, I don't know that, yeah. What up?
It's in abyssal, and it talks about the formation of several demons that you don't understand the names of. And who
well,
you've never heard of before.
I continue reading.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Demons form from the abyss itself.
Nice.
You guys progress through this beautiful carved wooden hallway, and it stretches above the ground, actually. You can look out and see trees below, and there's actually people wandering around in the grounds of the library. And when you enter the next building, this one's not white marble anymore, it's all wood, and like these carved, beautiful wooden stairways, and these arched, sort of pointed but curved structures, or architectural structures. These beautiful archways, these gorgeous wooden shelves, and sort of almost beautifully carved, like tree-like pillars and whatnot. And you find what you're looking for. It's quite easy because it's only shelf 4. Somebody roll investigation to find it on the shelf.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Here gets a 2. She's distracted by pretty sights.
The architecture
I'm
here
a
is
little slow on
gorgeous.
the draw because I'm invested in a book now.
Investigation. 13.
Yeah, that's good enough. It's up near the top of the shelf. It seems to be one of the older books that exists, and you pull it down, it's in Elvish.
Sweet.
Do you speak Elvish?
Yep.
Okay. It's called Arixil's Glimmering, and it is by Sabelli Sorix Elenath of the House Ophanester. It is
Okay.
a large, sort of white leather-bound book. And it's not really leather. When you, like, it looks like it's leather at first, but when you take it down, it appears to be some sort of leaf.
Huh.
You open it up, and you see the following riddle, which I will recite and then post. A serpent swam in a silver urn. A golden bird did in its mouth abide. The serpent drank the water. This, in turn, killed the serpent. Then the gold bird died.
What?
Can you post that in the chat?
As I do. A serpent swam in a silver urn. A golden bird did in its mouth abide. The serpent drank the water. This, in turn, killed the serpent. Then the golden bird died.
Mm.
Go ahead and post.
Huh. Wow, this is actually one I haven't heard before.
Probably because it was
Those are all of these
custom
are the ones
made.
I haven't heard.
This one is
Yeah.
not actually custom made. I found it.
Immediately goes to Google. No, I'm
Don't you
kidding.
dare.
No.
I'm not. I'm not that guy.
I was like,
Okay,
man,
I
hope
am
don't
that
use
guy,
those.
just
Over
not
urn.
usually.
A golden bird in its mouth. Dude. First, I thought it was like an analogy for like the sun and.
Yeah.
No.
Same as well. And then my thought was something about an egg. I don't think so.
What's the serpent though?
Birth? No.
Is it about a river maybe?
If you get too stuck, you can go ahead and roll intelligence checks for hints.
Okay.
I just thought it was like,
So everyone but Temp can.
oh, maybe it's a candle or something. Like,
Oh yeah, maybe.
the silver urn is the candle base and the serpent is the wick.
Yeah.
And the golden bird is the flame?
That. No, yeah, that would make complete sense. A lantern, an oil lamp.
So is it a candle flame?
Or an oil lamp?
What do you say to the? What do you say out loud to the riddle book?
Candle flame.
I think we try both of that, candle and then oil lamp or lamp.
When you say oil lamp, the book opens,
Hey!
Hey!
Well done.
and it gives you the third line of the final riddle,
Doing
which
a little
is,
cha-cha just so you know.
I weave
victory
webs
dance.
of pedantic prose. Which is there. Boop.
Pedantic prose. Sounds stifling.
And it tells you that the designation for the next book is Mathematics, shelf 73.
Mathematics?
That's correct.
Oh, jeez.
You have to move through to another building. This one is dark oak wood. And again, my white marble.
Mir gives the whole room, or the whole mathematics section, the side eye. You get the feeling maybe she wasn't the best at math.
I grab yet another book before I reach the mathematics section.
Okay, go ahead and give me a number between 1 and 20.
Let's go with 7 this time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's in a language that you understand. It's actually in common.
Oh. Okay.
And it is, let's see here. It's about physics. It's a book about physics.
Oh.
Physics. Physics. Physics.
Nice.
You can find the shelf that you're looking for, and somebody investigate to find the book.
I do not.
Mir does not like the mathematics section. She's going to be reading the book about bread, so while you all look.
I'm too busy comparing the demons and physics and seeing how things work, and I'm not paying any attention.
I got a 22.
Yeah, Zackrow, you go up to the shelf, and for a second you're like, "Where's the damn book?" And then you get down on the floor and you look underneath, and someone has set it on top of other books in the back, and you're like, "Motherfucker!" And you reach in and you grab it out, and it is called On the Principles of the Numbers of the Stars by Croag Swiftblade, daughter of Kroga Swiftblade, son of Karog Swiftblade, regent of the City of Many Names.
Hey.
A lot of swifts.
Maybe
a lot of blades that are swift.
Names.
Pardon me?
It's not actually.
What?
But yeah, I opened that on up.
Alright. The riddle page reads, "Twice 4 and 20 blackbirds sitting in the rain. I shot and killed a quarter then. How many do remain?"
Sorry, what was it? Oh.
Posting. "Twice 4 and 20 blackbirds sitting in the rain.
48?
I shot and killed a quarter then. How many do remain?" I'll post the names and authors of all the books later.
Okay.
Amanda says 36. Mir probably says something else. Not good with the maths.
Says
On the
Yeah.
Principles of the Numbers of the Stars.
21.
Okay, hold on. I have to bring up my answers.
Oh no, that's wrong.
No, I want to hear you do your reasoning out loud. Go on.
28.
24 times 2 is 48.
28
Well,
times 0.25 is 7. So 7 minus 28, that's 21.
What?
I think the question is whether
24.
we're...
Twice 4, so 4
Well,
times
okay,
2.
We're taking it from twice 4 as in 4 times 2 plus 20. So
Yeah.
28 blackbirds. A quarter of those would be 7. 28 minus 7 is 21.
I think the rest of us are getting 36 because we're counting 4 and 20 is 24, twice that 48, and 1/4 out of that is 12, so 36. We try both.
Yeah.
The book does not open any further.
All right. Try
Okay, how about Mir tries both numbers, 28 and 48, adding the qualifier, but some of them are dead.
Okay.
You get the idea that it's more on the right track, but it's still not correct.
None.
The book opens.
Oh yeah, the rest of the book, like, get the fuck out of here.
I had to think about that. That's one I've heard before, but it's been a while. A very long while. I feel a little ashamed. The birds won't stay there.
First, get the fuck out, man.
As soon as you shoot any of them, the rest fly away. Yep.
All right. All right.
It reveals the fourth line of the final riddle. In order to befuddle those, which I will post here, and then gives you the designation Material Plane, Natural History, Shelf 3698.
Well, let's do it. Ooh.
Thank you for the oopsies. God damn it, I clicked on the wrong thing. I don't know who that was. Hold on just a second.
Shelf what?
3698. That was
Iggy.
Mystery Shadow 5. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Ivy. I'm glad to have you on board. You witnessed me frantically clicking my OBS window and thus accidentally switching on the autopilot. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
This is a lot of walking, guys. I could go for like a coffee or something right now. Hey Minato, do you still have any of that popcorn?
Okay. Thank you for the bits.
I conjure another illusion of the popcorn and hold it out for her
Yeah.
again.
You're a pal.
Yeah, okay. You seem to have
Mir
forgotten
unfortunately
that you
has
didn't get
no
to eat the
more,
popcorn earlier. And that it actually poofed out of existence.
I don't think this plane likes popcorn very much. I don't know, but it seems to keep.
Oh my goodness.
Mir laments the fact that she has no more breakfast rolls.
Okay. We can do it to celebrate when we get back.
Yes, she does have a whole bunch of ears of corn, so we can try popping it then.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right. What is the shelf?
Material plane natural history shelf 3968, I think? 3698? Something like that. 36? 98. Yeah, 3698. Which leads you back to the first building that you were in. Back into the white marble. And you go down several floors. And it seems there's a couple hundred shelves on each floor. So you go down about 6 floors. To get to the one you're looking for. And I would like somebody to roll investigation on the shelf.
I got it. 18.
Good enough. Yeah, you find a very slim, sort of, deep brown leather volume. It's very, very small. Almost like it's somebody's notebook rather than a actual, book published or written. And it's called My People's Sky by Redwind. And the riddle page reads, "Round she is, yet flat as a board, altar of the lupine lords, jewel on black velvet, pearl in the sea, unchanging but ever-changing eternally."
Well, I'd say the moon, but Mira's quite certain the moon is male, yes. Because I'll assume.
That's right. So what do we think?
Just let me know when you say something out loud to the book.
Moon.
Well, Mir says all this out loud. She's like,
Oh.
"Oh, I would think the moon, but I mean, so is male, right?" Oh.
Yeah.
Mir gives the book a little bit of a look and goes, "Maybe Zoom's trans. I should ask." Should ask my priest when I get back to the temple, yes.
It doesn't react with moon, right?
Oh, it opens at moon.
Okay.
That was the answer.
No.
Mir's in the middle of saying how it couldn't possibly be the moon when it pops open and goes, "Oh."
And you actually hear a light chuckle in your minds. And it's Dewey who whispers telepathically to you, and she says, "That's when I stole from my mother." And it reveals another line of your final riddle. "Who think I while time away." And the next designation is Material Plane History, World Culture again, shelf 122.
Alright, head there.
Okay.
As we enter the world culture area again, I pull another book.
Give me a number.
We'll go with 5.
Okay.
Mir, by the way, is
You don't recognize the
whenever
language.
when we stop to like look at books or whatnot, she's looking at the bread recipes. Has she found anything interesting yet?
Yeah, there's one that looks really, really fun because it's like a best breakfast roll, but it contains like actual egg and meats in it. But apparently it's made in such a way that no matter what you put in it, it's gonna keep for like ages, and you can take them traveling.
Ooh. Mir notes down. Mir like puts a bookmark in there and decides she'll ask the Sphinx if she can copy this one.
After looking at the book, I take a step back, put it back, and then look for a book that's a more comfortable language for me.
Yeah, because you didn't understand the language of that one. You just straight up didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Did I know it?
Nope.
Did Mir know it?
Nope.
She don't know a lot of languages, so
Intriguing.
shot in the dark.
Yeah, you can pull another and give me another number.
Well, I was actually looking for one that I knew the language of. That's more comfortable for me.
Okay.
So, investigation, I guess?
Yes.
That would be, I believe, 15.
Yeah, you can find another one in common. This one's
Okay.
back in world history, and it talks about, or world culture, and it talks about the significance of the North Sea in how the I guess trade routes of Luceria have developed.
Ah, definitely intriguing to me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're a merchant. Yeah.
So I start reading it.
Does it
Yeah, it
mention
talks a
Silver
lot.
Hill, or is that on a different sea?
Does it talk about what?
Mir's curious if it talks about Silver Hill or if that's on a different sea. I
It
didn't
doesn't
quite hear
mention
what
Silver Hill. It's talking the North Sea. Silver Hill's on the bay, actually.
Okay.
The North Sea is a highly dangerous, extremely deadly location that you do not sail in, because given that there is nothing stopping the circumpolar north wind, it will absolutely rip any ship apart. To get past this, the elves have often sailed south of their coast around the world to the eastern coast of the continent, as well as down the eastern coast to Etria.
It's neat.
Somebody can do investigation, I believe, on the shelf to find the book that you need.
Oh.
That's a 19.
Yeah, you find it. It's a little hard to wedge out of the shelf because this shelf is very, very packed full, and you also have to stand up on your tiptoes to reach it because it's kind of high up. But it's like it's a thick bound volume, like cardboard almost, front and back covers, gilt wording, but the inside of it is just plain paper and ink, and it is
Before we open up, I open up the book, I look at it, and I hand it to Brom.
okay.
And then I go back to reading my book.
That's fair.
Nice.
Brom, what languages do you speak?
Dwarvish and Common.
Okay, you do not know the language of the title.
Okay, I'll just put it back on one of the shelves then.
I'll try.
Oh,
What
alright.
languages do you speak? This is the book you need. It
Man,
has
I
that,
know a bunch of them.
it has that faint glow around it. What languages do you speak?
That's common, Tabaxi, common sign, common braille, English undercommon, or primordial Daleks, Qualith, and Celestial.
You don't speak this language.
Oh! I hold it up and show it to everybody.
No one speaks this language.
What is it? I
The
recognize.
language doesn't exist.
It's halfling.
Oh.
Oh.
Start asking random patrons if they can read it.
I grab a halfling.
There are no
I feel like
halflings
that's a
nearby.
little rude.
You just open the book.
Yeah, that's true. We'll just open it and see.
The riddle's in halfling.
Can I find a halfling dictionary on a different section of the library?
How do you know it's halfling?
That's a good point.
You've seen it before, but you don't know it. You recognize
Yeah.
the cadence of the language.
Okay.
Are there other librarians besides the Sphinx, or is it just the Sphinx?
She seems to be the only one in the area. You gather that, well, that would be a daunting task for most. She can handle it.
Mir starts grumbling things about how, well, the Library of Sai has translators on staff.
Dewey?
Yes. You hear her in your mind.
We seem to have run into a
Mir's like,
snag.
not that I meant anything bad about your library, I'm sorry.
None of us can seem to read this last one.
That is a pity. I had assumed that one of you at least would be able to alter either the text or yourself to be readable.
I'll find a way.
Does Zackrow know tongues?
I can do comprehend languages.
Well, you could
That works.
use that, right?
Let me make sure that it works. Let me get myself some spell cards. Comprehend. Yep, I can do it. I cast comprehend languages.
Okay. The book is called The Fairlands, Life in the Shadow of the Dragon's Spine, and it is by Felba Pearl, Fiona Pearl, and Urifendiscalian Siviner of the House Cascador.
Okay.
When you open it up, the riddle page reads, "In marble halls as white as milk, lined with skin as soft as silk, within a fountain crystal clear, a golden apple doth appear. No doors there are to this stronghold, yet thieves break in and steal the gold."
An egg.
Yeah, sounds like an egg.
For, you know, post it for whatever the word is. Egg. Yeah, when you say egg, it opens up.
Egg.
Egg. And you get the line, in lofty things above all day, which I will post as well. And it tells you the next section is Material Plane History, World Culture, Shelf 1.
Oh, I do so love the steps at the beginning. I head that way.
Yep.
Alright.
Follow along behind.
Okie doke. Yeah, just like with all the other ones, when you let go of the book, it disappears. And you make your way back down towards the... or back up, really. A couple shelves up. I have no idea who just posted that in the... why? I don't know what you posted, but I'll look at it later. And you manage to locate the correct shelf. Somebody go ahead and roll investigation.
I got it. 9.
Natural 20.
Hey!
Zackrow, you stride up to it and you're like... you don't see it anywhere. And Minato just like pushes you to the side real gently and just reaches out and picks up this book. And it...
Minato barely even looks, just pulls a random one off the
I'm
shelf,
still
and it happens
reading.
to be the one we're looking for.
Oh yeah!
I just grab and hand it to you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like, here, let me do it. Not even looking. You just know where it is. Yeah, it's a light blue volume, and it's called Places of Power, and it's by Quincy Malworth and Maylene Brightscale. It's written in Draconic, so anybody who knows Draconic can read it.
I know Draconic.
Nice.
And the riddle page reads, Born of the sea, but not of the waves, something you eat that you do not grow, on black rocks beneath sun rays, or caves where their light does not go. Dry desert white beneath the sky, inhospitable choking snow, heat and rain and brine and flies, ephemeral, but old enough to know.
Can you put that on the chat?
I seem to have lost... Can you fix your audio?
Ooh.
Hmm?
The fuck just happened to the audio?
Hello?
You're
That was
not
my
cutting
audio.
out at all.
Sorry, it was my audio.
We can hear you.
Okay.
It was me, my headphones whacked out.
Yes, too.
Weird.
Oh! Did you write this, Falcon?
Maybe.
Oh, I know it. Can I say it?
What do you think it
Is
is?
it like sea mussels or barnacles of some kind?
Seaweed?
Salt.
Oh.
It's what now?
It's salt.
Book opens.
Hey!
You get the line...
Mir, by the way, writes down the riddle because she wants to share this with Hana.
It's a good riddle. That is fantastic.
That's pretty spice. Not
Very
gonna
nice.
lie.
Of
Very
course,
good-
Falcon
good-
would have
good
made up
joke.
one about salt.
Hey!
Oh, man.
You get the line, the common kind that linger where. And you get the next designation, which is Cosmology, shelf number 6. And it's in the central building of the entire library complex.
That's good. We needed to go to cosmology anyway.
Oh
It's
yeah,
true.
while we're there, Mir will look for her book.
Yeah, okay, you guys can head through several hallways into the depths of the Library of All Knowledge. And, this building is kind of different. It's made completely of this dark gray stone. And, as you enter it, it's very, very, it's like cool, and when you look up, there's no skylight. And in fact, there doesn't seem to be much of a ceiling at all. Instead, the roof of the building sort of dissolves, and if we look up, you can see this sort of vast, starry expanse. And far off, you can see splotches of colored gas nebulas. Even in the distance, afar off, another galaxy way, way out in there. You can see it just
Mia,
spinning
like,
gently.
looks up and just drops her book in shock.
And it is a gorgeous, just tapestry of space.
Quickly picks up the book again before it disappears, like she wants that red recipe. Sort of continues staring up and all.
So, somebody can go ahead and roll to find the book you're looking for.
Yep.
Nope.
I'm just gonna try looking for a book as well. Here gets an 8. Not good. I have to ask for some help finding.
Zackrow, you have
on the
advantage.
topic.
Zackrow, if you're looking, you have advantage.
Yeah, I got a 19.
Oh, guess you don't need it. Yeah, you pick out this book, and it's this big, heavy, thick, black leather-bound book, and the words are on the cover are gilt and silver, and there's actually not even words on the sign. On the side. But it is called The Planes of Existence, The Outer Planes and Souls of the Living and Their Travels by Zackrow Firefoot. When you open up the intro page, you get...
It's me?
Pardon me?
Go on.
Okay.
When you open
Confused.
When you open up the intro page, you get the following, and it's gonna take me a moment to read this out, so let me go ahead and post it. Boop. Okay. Churchyard, white and grey in the grey morning. Corvids, blue and black, jacketed the trees, their voices raised in sordid symphonies. Below, a black procession is forming. Dull bells echo, corvids chatter scorning. Beyond the cliffs the cold and distant seas rise, gulls and puffins calling plaintive pleas, and church bells toll, screaming out in mourning. For oceans vast, though seeming without end, are nothing facing time in the great veil, through which passage we only once can earn. The frost of age will life from body rend, a creeping cold that coaxes blood to fail, and takes these pilgrims never to return. What are they?
Souls.
See, something's terribly wrong here because I know that I could not have written that.
No one said you wrote that.
My name's on the book.
The book, not on the riddle.
That's fair. What book is that?
It is called... The Planes of Existence, The Outer Planes and Souls of the Living and Their Travels.
I haven't written this book yet.
She did say something about knowledge from other times. Maybe you will write it.
This is giving me strange emotions. Okay.
You're gonna write a book!
Okay.
Perhaps. Oh, perhaps it's a son of yours.
Well,
What is this riddle? Oh, a corvid is a crow or jay or like a raven. Yeah, it's a kind of bird. Basically ravens.
I say souls.
Okay, say souls to the book.
it opens.
Huh.
And, Zackrow, are you... I'm assuming you're holding this book?
Yeah, I'm holding it.
As you open the book, you're not holding it flat, because why would you? But as you do, you hear a tink, 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 as something falls out of the book.
Grab
As
it.
it opens to the book safe, and you look down, and there's this little metal band lying on the ground. This little metal circle.
It's shiny, I pick it up.
You pick it up, and it feels almost familiar. And when you look at it, it looks like it's a heavy, like, brass and iron metal ring, and it has two twisting bands on it, each of which has a series of letters. Just the alphabet, twice. Looks like a code ring. Almost like a toy.
What do I know? Can I, like, check to figure out what is this?
You can either do an Arcana check, or you can cast Identify.
Easy cipher.
You know what? Arcana check.
Okay.
That's what I do.
It's not going to tell you that much, but go for it.
literal natural 20.
You got a natural 20.
Yes.
Okay. This is clearly a magic ring. That much you can immediately
Okay.
tell right off the bat.
Cool.
And you don't know what it will do, but
Put it on.
Well then.
okay.
Of
Yeah.
course you do.
All right. You put the ring on. How many items are you attuned to right now?
I didn't think any.
None, huh? Okay. This is an attunement item for you.
Oh man. So I'm not gonna die.
What?
Yet. Not yet.
He put on the ring without knowing if it was gonna kill him.
I would still
Classic.
have done it.
Classic Zackrow.
Exactly.
And you get the idea that if you cast something, you can use this ring to affect something you cast.
That's cool.
But
I'm
other than
gonna
that,
ask what-
without using the identify spell, you're not sure exactly how to use it.
I'll do that when we get back. Ask Warfly about this.
Okay.
I picture like Mir coming and going, "Oh, what's that?" And you're like, "Magic ring. Oh, what's new? I have no idea." And you put it on?
So it
Here.
was shiny.
Right? You guys should
Mir is greatly concerned for your well-being, and this is why.
You also get the last line of another line of the riddle,
I
and
have also played it Tabaxi, so I understand. JD.
you get it.
and
Yes.
in this book there is no location of another book. There's no next designation of an area.
So this is probably
Guess
the
we go
last-
How
back-
close are we to the front
Yeah.
desk?
Bring it back
Pretty
to Dewey.
close, yeah.
And then
Dewey's
I have
pretty much
that.
right over there.
Let's get right on over there then.
All right. By the way, as you move away from the shelf, the book in your hands does disappear,
Nice.
just like the other ones.
What about the like 4 or 5 books I've been carrying around?
Yeah, no, it's only the riddle books that have disappeared. The ones that you've taken off the shelves just to like look at and read, those stay.
Mir has the book about bread.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay.
All right, so you take your books back to Dewey.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, you go up and she's standing at the desk, and you see that she is currently writing in a book, and then there are 2 books floating in the air next to each other. Each one is currently being written in by a quill pen. And as you walk up, she glances up over the top of her glasses, and the other 2 books, the quills slide in and they fold and they just sort of drift down and settle down on the desk, and then she closes the book and pushes it gently aside with one big paw.
Wow, your books are really well behaved.
I trained them well. Do you have what you sought? What I sent you to find?
Mir pulls out she's been writing down the stuff mostly because I have been writing down as well. She reads out, "With potent flowery words speak I of something common, vulgar, dry. I weave webs of pedantic prose in order to befuddle those who think I while time away in lofty things above all day, common kind that linger where Someone's gonna have to read this. I haven't heard this word spoken aloud. Something beings live and fair.
Fanatic, probably.
Natic.
Fanatic beings live and fair. And then she like
Practical
pulls
I
up
may
the
not be, but life, it seems, is full of me.
Oh.
With potent flowery words speak I of something common, vulgar, dry. I weave webs of pedantic prose in order to befuddle those who think I while time away in lofty things above all day, the common kind, that linger where nomadic beings live and fare. Practical I may not be, but life, it seems, is full of me.
Oh,
Riddles?
poetry.
What ifs?
Is that your final guess?
do we have more than one guess? Only the one.
Is that your final guess?
My guess is poetry. I think each of us should get one guess, though. That's only fair, right?
Roll persuasion.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh, I don't have a negative modifier in that. That's good.
Nice.
13.
What'd you get?
13.
I suppose that is only fair.
Woo! I guess poetry.
And the rest of you?
Oh, we don't get to know other. Okay.
Alright, what was your guess, Minato?
Repeat the last line one more time.
Practical I may not be, but life, it seems, is full of me.
Maybe art.
Ah.
Sketchy, that's so cute. That has to be your guess.
It is. Temp's gonna go with love.
The rest of you?
That actually is as good a guess as ever.
Mia's wrecking her little birdie brain.
Can I roll an intelligence check to try and help someone?
You may go ahead and assist either Minato or Brahm. But what I will do in that case is tell them if their first guess is wrong and give them another.
Okay. I rolled a pretty great intelligence check, so
Alright.
if I kind of hint.
So choose one of them to assist.
I will assist Minato.
Okay. Oh, you can also assist Mir, because she hasn't made a guess either.
Well, I kind of already chose, I'm sorry.
Alright.
I mean, love is actually a really good fit for this.
Well,
Can we, like, test the first two? See what Dewey says?
both wrong.
Okay.
I shed a single tear. No.
What were the two guesses? Or the guess that...
Poetry and love. Were I not testing you, I would accept love as an answer. But I am. A clever answer it is.
Wasn't love. Webs of pink prose and to be fuddled.
Potent words had me think of poetry.
A story.
Yeah, that works.
Incorrect.
Yeah, I was gonna guess either...
No.
Oh, it's incorrect?
Incorrect.
Ooh.
She taps her clothes on the desk.
Oh man, alright. But like, if it has to be like love.
There it is.
I don't even understand. What's monatic? Can I ask her what monatic means?
Yes, you can, and she will freeze time for a second while I look it up.
All right,
Fine.
like singular.
Look, I'm working on it, okay? I didn't write this one.
It's like I get the first 4 lines, but I don't really get the last 4. The first 4 lines means you
It might be a
Just
misspelling, honestly.
talk normal, so like poem.
I was gonna say I've now got dictionary up since I know even you don't know it.
It might be a misspelling of nomadic. Seeing
This
as
is good. In biology, it's any simple single-celled organism, any of very small flagellate colorless
Yeah.
amoeboids with 1 to 3 flagella, especially the
That
genus
or
Monas.
it refers...
Chemistry, an
Oh,
element,
wait,
atom, or
wait,
group
wait,
having
wait,
a
wait,
valence of 1.
No, wait. It refers to a single thing.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
That's like the 4th definition on
Yeah. Or, you know, a metaphysical, indestructible entity that is the basic or ultimate constituent of the universe and a microcosm of it. But, you know...
which is why I went with
I
love.
think about the last
Right.
couple times. That's a
I was thinking amoebas.
webs of pedantic prose.
Yeah. In order to befuddle those, that's what
Dewey, cast
got
Google
me
it.
stuck.
You think I while time away? Who is I?
Subject of the riddle.
Lost
It might be the concept
That's fine.
speaking or whatever. I don't know.
the concept speaking. Okay, that linger. I don't even get the last 2 lines, so I'm not going to bother factoring them in. I really liked story. Is story right?
No.
Oh, dang it.
My first
Is it
guess
a
was-
riddle writer?
No.
No.
The first guess I had before even guessing was a riddle. But
Riddle.
She
The
picks up...
Sphinx.
She looks at you, Minato. And she picks up her magic 8-ball and shakes it and looks at the thing.
I think Shanti's saying that Brahm is going to guess a riddle.
I know.
Oh, I thought Luke said it too. Okay.
Minato also guessed that and had 2 guesses based on Zackrow's intervention. She looks at the magic 8-ball, looks at the result in the magic 8-ball, then reaches over and holds it out to you, and as she does, the surface of the magic 8-ball shimmers and the illusion fades away, and what she's holding in her big lion's paw is a glass sphere etched with glowing, perfectly geometric lines that shimmer in green and gold.
Okay.
my humblest thanks to you.
You have earned it.
I hand it to Brahm. He's the one that would have gotten it on the first try.
Should we look for other books?
That is up to you. I will
don't wish-
have to say, I am to keep an eye on you, and I
Of
am
course.
supposed to make sure you don't see anything you do not need to yet. And,
Can I copy the spread recipe?
of course.
Goodness me.
Yay! Here you go, select start copying it.
Of course you may.
I think, can you hear me?
And she just stares right back at you, and you hear telepathically, of course I can.
That's not creepy at all.
This is
I-
my domain, dear daughter. And I know
I thought you were
it.
talking to Temp for a second and I got confused.
I think this next thing that I'm sending you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we all have loads of questions to ask to the Arbiter of All Knowledge, but I'm gonna try to refrain because I'm sure that she gets questions all the time.
Maybe, I mean, it's almost 10 p.m. Should we, send, DM the questions to Falcon and she can
Sure.
determine what we find in the library
Absolutely.
over that time and we can choose whether we share in character or not?
That's absolutely what I will... That's a really great idea. Yes. That is what
Yep.
we'll do. So go ahead and send me any questions that you ask
We should
to
probably
Dewey.
limit
Okay.
it to 1 or 2.
She'll choose to only answer a few. She's not going to answer every single question you've got. She
Okay.
knows that there are only certain things you're allowed to know right now.
Okay.
Daughter of Fate.
Oh, yeah, that's-
knowledge.
All right.
And
Come
yes, she is the actual daughter of the actual god Oghma.
That is
Nice.
amazing.
That's why she has dominion over his library.
I wish I could say same, but you know.
No, not same. Alright. So I'm going to
I
assume...
would just like to point this out for the benefit of the audience. Temp did actually make a few angry gay sounds when love was not the correct answer.
Aww.
Of course. I understand.
It
Alright.
was that last line that threw me, in all honesty.
Huh.
I had Riddle and with a subtext of time all the way up until that last line, and then I'm like, well, that doesn't exactly work.
It worked out though.
Well, okay, I will go ahead and address your guys' exact information on the questions after the session. And then next session we can determine whether or not to share those with each other. It's you guys determining, it's not me. Other than that, I have nothing else for you tonight, so we can just go ahead and... You have the source now, you can return to the material plane after your various questions and research is finished. Bid Dewey a fond farewell. She's also happy to identify that ring for you, Temp. Or not Temp,
Yeah.
Zackrow.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I know exactly what all my rings do. They do nothing. They're just awesome.
She tells you that this is a curious artifact. I've only ever seen it a few times, and it belongs to you. It's the ring of the grammarian.
What?
Yes, you can use it to alter the effect you have on the world when you cast. Oh no, I stole that. I straight up stole that from the Adventure Zone. Shout out to the Adventure Zone for making this item.
Yes.
Or whoever submitted it to them that makes it. You can use it to... It has 3 charges. I did alter this. It has 3 charges per day. It regains 1d4 minus 1 charges at dawn. It's possible for it to regain 0. You can use a charge to change a letter in a spell that you cast to thus alter its effect. If it has all 3 charges, you can expend all 3 charges to either add or remove a letter. If it expends all 3 charges, there's no chance of it getting destroyed, don't worry. You now possess this ring. So, anything anyone else wants, or shall we go ahead and send you back to the material plane?
That's fine.
We do our book research, and then we'll, as you said, cover that later.
I'll cover that separately.
All right. I sent my questions. I'm all set.
Alright. After you all do your various research and questioning, you can go ahead and leave the Library of All Knowledge and head back to the Rift. And when you return, you can choose to break this gorgeous... By the way, this source, much larger than the last few.
Oh.
It's, instead of being the size of a normal human magic 8-ball, it's almost the size of a beach ball. It's huge. It was the normal size for a magic 8-ball in her big paw. It's big. You get the idea
Does
that
it fit in the bag of holding?
Yeah, it can fit in the bag of holding. Don't break it inside, though.
He wraps it up in crocheted things and extra blankets. He packs it into the bag of holding.
Alright. Yeah, you can take it back. If you
Although
tell
it can't
Lorelei-
usually be broken on the plane it's on, can it?
That's correct.
He wraps it up anyway.
Bag of holding is an extra dimensional space.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. You can
He
break it in
wraps it
there.
up.
I wouldn't, though.
We could bring it up, or we could roll it as we go along.
That's... Sure. I suppose. But you can bring it back to the material plane. As it is a highly magical artifact that has uncertain you know, connections with the different planes of existence, I really would not break it inside the bag of holding. You might turn the world inside out.
Mia rolls it along then.
Okay.
Oh, I could always just reduce it.
It comes back to the material plane with a few bits of corn sticking to it.
Yep, you guys can pull it through the rift and return it. All of the scientists there think it's one of the most beautiful things they've ever seen.
Oh, we
And
have
it's
to
a
break
damn
it.
shame that you
I'm
have to
sorry.
break it. However, when you do break it, it will remain in these big glass shards that you can then keep.
Ooh, Mia wants one.
Yeah,
they're
they still
beautiful.
glow very, very, very faintly. But yep, once you smash it, that is that, and we will go ahead and end the session. Next week, by the way, is Tiefling Appreciation Week Part 2.
I am so excited, you guys.
Also, quick last thing, when we get back to camp, Mir's gonna give like an ear or two of the corn to the scientists to study, and then me and Zackrow are gonna go pop the rest.
Oh yeah, we're having a popcorn party, guys. That was a good time.
Hell yeah, we are.
I will make you roll for that next session.
Roll for popcorn.
Yeah. You gotta, like, figure
That's
out
how
how
we're
it's
gonna
made
open
and
it.
stuff. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and outro the stream. If you guys have questions about other stuff, I will be back in just a moment. Alrighty. Well, that was fun, and that was legitimately fun and interesting. When I said you will enjoy this session, I meant you will enjoy this session. There's a difference between you will enjoy this session, which means you'll have a fun time, and I will enjoy the session, which means I will have a fun time, probably at your expense. And there's the rare combination of both of those, but this was a fun and interesting session. Thanks, chat, for the riddle help. To those who are not on the Discord yet, I pulled the riddles for today from the super secret, Clifftops the Chat's Choice channel on the Clifftops Discord. It is there. I will ask for help with the various things that I need to create regarding the campaign. So, you know, if I want to do work beforehand, and not in the stream spontaneously, I will ask for your guys' help in the Discord channel there. So, aside from that, I have nothing else for you. Today is Tuesday. I will be back on Thursday, maybe with some Skyrim. Who knows? Something fun. Probably something relaxing. Really getting back into Stardew because I only ever played it like twice and I really love it. So maybe we'll go play Stardew Valley. I love Stardew Valley. I'll probably play Skyrim though. Save Stardew for Sunday. Aside from that, I have nothing else, so I will see you guys. Oh god, the music started all weird. Get out of here. I don't want to do that. I'll play a chill step song. Ikaru works. So I will see you guys on Thursday evening. Until then, good night. Oh Jesus, this song is 5 minutes long. God damn it. No, I gotta go talk to them. I'm gonna fucking switch it to a different song. This one. This one's 3 minutes long. That's definitely better. Oh, I knew. Yeah, I know. I purposefully say this stuff out loud. Love you guys.